Hello and welcome to Yes and Dragons. We are Chicago's #1 actual play, live play, TTRPG improv comedy show coming to you live from Rogers Park at the Chicago Role Players Guild, located in Rogers Park, which I already said. Ha. So, my name is Jaime, and I'm here desperately trying to keep my head above water as I run the show. So, no, I don't. That's not true. The person who runs the show is Libby, and she is not here today. Instead, she will be played by, or Cordelia will be played by this mask.
Cordelia is currently at the bottom level of Inception.
Yes,
So.
yeah. Cordelia is fully 100% incepted. And so instead we have what is that? A ball of a scarf?
A ball of yarn.
A ball of yarn with it's an avocado, or I'm sorry, artichoke. Is this an artichoke?
Is that what this is supposed to be?
It's a woven pumpkin with
I
don't know what it is.
Okay, sure.
A pumpkin LARPing as an artichoke.
A pumpkin choke. Artumkin.
Pumpkin in an artichoke and a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, Inception.
Yeah.
Hopefully Libby can see this. Probably, I'm assuming she can't, but hopefully she can on the plane.
She's in chat. She's on the flight.
Oh, she's in chat. Hell yeah, I forgot to open chat.
Libby is on a plane with Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And using it to watch our show.
That's so fancy. Oh my goodness.
Your phone is going to be so depleted in power.
Right.
So, well, I guess first things first, let's go around, have everybody introduce themselves and talk about what character they're playing. And then we can do our Chicago Quest, which I will desperately and very quietly look for as everybody's introducing
Was that the
themselves.
Chicago Quest the whole time?
Chicago Quest was the party
More
we made along the
Chicago
way.
facts,
Oh, we
please.
could be the Chicago Quest.
Oh,
We could be.
send us
Actually,
Chicago facts.
I'll put that up. I will offer us as the Chicago Quest head back today.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right, start with Parker.
I'm Parker Thompson. I play Sam Seraph. Recently awoken through the power of not believing in himself.
Power of self-doubt.
I'm Esther Nicholas Arkell. I play Nadezhda Irinsu, whose goals of family reunification have been answered in not quite the way she had hoped.
I'm Carissa Letting, and I play SHIBBLE
Shibble.
I've been asleep. I don't know what's been happening.
I've been asleep the whole time.
Not the whole time, but a lot of the time.
A lot of the time.
The
So,
past 2 times.
welcome everybody. Welcome Carissa back. Carissa was doing. My brain keeps saying.
Spring
Yeah.
Fringe Festival.
Yeah. So I hope that went well.
It did.
Yeah. And you didn't die of any smoke or anything.
No.
No. That's great. Applause. Everybody applaud.
And I drank very Wisconsibly while I was there.
Wisconsibly? Oh, that does not bode well. That's so interesting. I wonder what that means.
She brought a little bit of it with her. So
I did.
Oh.
I did.
you're going to find out.
Unless you work for Twitch, in which case, no, she didn't.
No, not at all.
Incorrect.
This is water.
Water. It's mostly water. I mean, by percentage, it's almost all water.
This is actually water.
Okay, so let's do our Chicago Quest, which is ourselves. We decided just now. By we, I mean I, royal we. Because I don't know if we've exactly mentioned this before. We probably have at some point, but we mostly met on Reddit. And I put up a post for the idea of doing the show on Reddit on r/improv. And I was just like, hey, is anybody in Chicago and want to do comedy, improv, TTRPG stuff? And there were a bunch of people responded, and
I was one of them.
Yeah. Parker and Carissa responded, and we went through like a whole process of like, there's a bunch of people involved. There's several of them are active in the Discord still. Justin, for example, he does like moderation sometimes even for a Discord. Then Esther and I met in a separate class at Second City, and I directly invited her to come join us after most of the group had been, not entirely, but mostly sort of brought together. But yeah, we are today's Chicago Fest. Oh, it grew boxes. I missed that. Like the way it has like almost like an eye coming out. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's interesting. Also, secondary Chicago quest is just top level read. There's a question on r/ask Chicago right now that's like, should I move from Maryland to Chicago? It's from today, and the answer is yes. I don't care about further data on this. The answer is yes. Your life's gonna be better. I love Maryland to
lived in
death.
Maryland. I've been to there only in a very brief sense, but I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to Washington, D.C., and that's as much Maryland as I've done.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, yeah. The Wire, they used to film that in my friend's neighborhood, like immediately outside of my friend's house. It made parking hell. But yeah, anyway, I love Baltimore. I love Maryland. I grew up in Baltimore. I grew up in Maryland. It's better here. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I miss is crabs. So, yeah, Wisconsin. I can't believe you said that. Let's go to a recap of what happened last episode. So, last time on Yes and Dragons, everybody being Sam and Nadezhda and Cordelia ended up in the dream place looking for SHIBBLE. That did not go very smoothly, but they did get to hang out with Ozzy and have a little interface. Nadezhda got to talk to Ozzy a little bit, get a lowdown on what's going on there, how Ozzy's doing, how Leo's doing. Got to hang out with both of her brothers, which is the previously mentioned unexpected family reunion, or the unexpected quality of the family reunion was that it was mostly in dreams. And Cordelia tried to imagine the most splendid version of herself, and rolled the worst that we have ever seen at the table.
It was a -1.
It was a -1
because of the disadvantage.
Yeah. So Esther was like, let's pay this by was it
Kruger
rules, which is like imagine the best version of yourself, and then you said please be a centaur. And then immediately Cordelia got a -1. So, well, Libby got a -1. So Cordelia fell away. And
Is she dead?
we'll see. And then also Sam made a pencil named Pencil Vester.
I was in real Saturday morning cartoon mode.
Yeah,
Week.
yeah, it was great.
Because
I
I
loved
was like,
him.
I want to make a pencil so I can draw a handle on this door and open it. But then the pencil came to life and sassed me.
You were gonna do Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if like the purple crayon was like a real dick.
A real fucking asshole from straight up like a Roger Rabbit style, like in my head it was like a Roger Rabbit style cartoon. And I really liked playing that character, and I made a short of it because I thought it was hilarious. You guys in the process of looking for SHIBBLE discovered that Echo was there, trapped behind some sort of glass, running essentially the wellness loop. And Leo pointed out that the glass is like the stuff between the worlds. And yeah, then some of this is only notes for me. And then you guys had some weird stuff happen with eyeballs, and looking for SHIBBLE turned into Cordelia admitting that she had sung it to sleep. And by it, I mean the eyeballs that were looking at her at some point in the past. And Leo and Ozzy were like, dude, let's not talk about that. And
yeah, the general response to the eyeballs was don't acknowledge
it. Yeah.
Just pretend it's not here.
And they kind of try to give you rules for like what this place was and how it worked, and they mostly did it by telling you not to do anything, which is a very vexing way to go about things, but maybe not the most communicative way. And Sam then accidentally stopped living in himself, and he was spat back into the world, into his body at brackets dry cleaning. And there was like a brief ritual that Ozzy and Leo started, and then Nico Laterre joined, involving a spore print. Yeah. And then Nico walked in. We discovered that Nico is Nicolette from
The Board of Ardent.
Board of Ardent, yeah.
Oh, Oh.
The
Well, at the start of the episode, that Libby was talking with Marcus and was like, "Oh," and Marcus was like, "No way that Nicolette is Nico," and they bet like $5.
It went well. Unironically, it went well. I was very proud and surprised. And
There
what
were
happened?
portals into the nether realms, which was where
So that we discovered that in the world that Shibble's presence in the dream place should have been there, but wasn't. It was a lacuna, which is a hole, a place where something should be, but is not. Same for Echo. And that meant that they were doing the ritual over your body with the spore. And this is when Nico walked in. And he was wearing a very good suit, and by that I mean the pencil skirt suit that that Nicolette had been wearing. It's a very good suit, and Cordelia fell into the void by trying to read your mind. And then while she was in the void, she
it's the
cast.
second time that that's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, this is literally built right off the meme of the cow thinking about the cow, like directly. And then she cast a tell no lies spell on herself, and then started talking to you, and told you.
We have to play that audio at some
We
point.
do. We should. Did we put that together?
What is the
I thought
purpose
you
of
think?
tell no liesing on herself?
the idea was like to show you that what I'm saying is true.
Yeah.
Like, so you believe me, I'm going to tell no lies myself.
Okay.
Cordelia attempted to get you to stop believing in yourself, which would mean that like Sam, you'd be kicked out of the void and out of the dream and awaken in your body. And I believe
If
she
I stop
succeeded.
believing in myself?
Yes, because what you believe becomes real in the dream. So if you're no longer real in the dream, I think it spat out in the dream.
Oh.
Yeah, we were confused too. Anyway, she succeeded. However,
It's in the cast chat.
Yeah, it's in cast chat. I have it here. I'm not going to play it because I will.
Why
Actually, no,
can't
I
you
can.
just like believe a magic door out of the dream and then go through it?
You can try,
Well,
but Leo will yell at you.
also you create a magic pencil that tries to kill you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So the dream place has wonky mechanics like double disadvantage.
yeah.
For making things happen. It's very dangerous there. So you could try. That's a thing that you could do.
Uh-huh.
But there are specific. If Leo and Ozzy are around, you get to do it with single disadvantage, and if they're helping you do it, you get to do it flat. But basically, they were trying to keep everybody from doing anything, so everything got done at double disadvantage.
Like, I imagined myself a walkie-talkie at one point
Yes.
and tried to toss it into the void, but it got spaghettified and like the whole part.
Yeah. So let's try to play this out loud to you. I'll turn the volume on this. It's not playing.
Any case.
Well, yeah.
So she kind of got you out of the void and out of the dream.
Uh-huh.
However, she sort of negated herself within the dream and said she was nothing and sank into nothingness. So
Yeah.
it's a real Sam.
Well,
would-
also, there's a specific
to-
thing that she said. As much as I like you, you cannot be a god. There shouldn't be any gods.
so,
Okay.
Sam.
No, it's like kind of work.
Yeah, it's gonna be a butt. It's okay.
We're doing dream world mechanics in real life.
Yeah.
You were in the same space.
Oh, I flipped out of shit.
Yeah. Where Shibble is, this is what's happened. There is no response. Let's play this during break, actually,
Okay.
because this is going to be a little bit longer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because we're still in the recap. I just realized. I was like, yeah, this
Yeah.
is great. This is a great scene. Oh, never mind.
So
So then what turned out to happen there was you reappeared
Uh-huh.
after that, and Cordelia didn't.
Okay. Where did I reappear?
In the dream place,
Okay.
you took the space up of your lacuna and reappeared in the dream place,
Okay.
and then
Which
you
is-
disappeared from there almost
Which I
instantaneously.
should point is a dream version of our apartment.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Next to Echo.
Because it's basically where you are in the real world.
Okay.
So Nadezhda then killed Nico. And
With a counter spell to the brain.
with a counterspell of the brain, and
Cool.
Nico was like, whatever, I don't care, and was born again somewhere else.
Oh.
And he'll get better, he always does, I think is the quote.
Oh.
So today we start with Sam is awake and
Sam
alone.
clicked his heels 3 times and said, I don't believe in myself. I
Yeah.
don't believe in myself. I don't believe in myself.
And Sam is alone at the dry cleaner. You are, I think, still in the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shibble, we're gonna find out where you are now.
I would also like to know where I am.
So
Watching your expressions as you try to follow this. Is
yeah,
a real
it's
journey.
pretty good. Okay. So let me go to my outline here. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. So you wake up. Actually, that's a wrong way to put it. You pop back into existence. I like doing that every time. And you're standing at the edge of a lake. Yeah.
Is there the lake house?
Make a knowledge check for me.
Doesn't exist anymore. At best, it's
That is
ruins.
a 12 with fear.
A 12 with fear. So thank you for the fear.
Starting off strong today.
Here's what you see. Where the lake house should be, there is no lake house.
Okay.
Instead, there's a giant pointy thing sticking out of the water. It's hard to visually focus on this space. It seems to be in flux.
Why?
You're not sure. I don't think you know at this
Was
moment.
Shibble there when we visited the lake house last?
Were you? Yeah, I think you were. You were there.
Maybe.
Yeah, you were. You were. So,
We've been a lot of places.
yeah, you have.
Yeah.
So the lake house basically resembles how destroyed it had been when now Yuli Musk started rampaging on it.
'Cause there was like an obelisk thing that was the thing she was going to use to destroy.
Yeah, that
the-
large like
Yeah.
pointed obelisk
Mm.
was like a not a battering ram, but like a breaching weapon. And it rolled out of the water like point forward and was anyways, yeah. So that's there, but it's like phasing in and out. It's not super solid. Yeah. You've
Can I
been here
touch it?
before. No, you can't. It's very far away.
Oh.
You could walk over there if you want, but it's the opposite side of the lake.
I mean, do I have anywhere better to be?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think?
Go walk around the lake and touch it.
Did you walk around the lake and touch it?
Yeah.
Okay. One sec. As you do, let's do here. As you do, give me an instinct check.
That's an 11 with fear.
11 with fear? Cool. I'm going to spin a fear here. Oh, God. And flip all of my fear over. Thank God they're magnetic. I'm spending a fear here to, as you approach this space, it recedes before you. You can't reach it. And instead, what you see around you are series of doors in trees. You've been here before.
Uh-huh.
The last time you were here, you were guided through it.
Yes.
This time, less so. You don't see any guide, but you do think about Azure for a second.
Yeah.
And as you do, one of the doors in front of you starts to get warm. You can feel the heat coming up.
Should I go towards the warm door?
Tell me, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go to one of the other doors that's not warm.
The one of those that's not warm. Interesting. I'm gonna.
It's been Halloween down.
So, you approach it, and your mentacle reaches out,
Uh-huh.
and it reaches through the door. I'll roll this. That's not a number. Oh, wow. Okay. So as you reach through, you immediately sense a perception upon you. On the other side of this door, you reach through with your mentacle.
Oh.
Also, in this exact moment, you realize you can see through the door with your mentacle.
Uh-huh.
You can add, you now have the ability to clairvoyance through doors.
Okay.
You can spend a hope to roll an instinct check,
Okay.
and you can see what's on the other side.
So what am I
We're just going to
seeing?
call it knock knock.
What am I seeing?
It is nothing. There's nothing there except perception. You are
Ooh.
being perceived.
Oh.
What do you do?
I want to look at a different door.
Are you going for another cold door?
Yes.
You pull your mentacle out of the door?
Yes.
Yeah, on that 18, the first one was a natural 20. On an 18, you are immediately perceived again, but you can tell that you're in a different place. It's also a void, but it's a totally different section of void, place in the void.
Okay.
Immediately you feel eyes, infinite numbers of eyes point toward you.
Okay.
But yeah, do you want to use your knock knock ability?
Yes.
Spend a hope, and you I'm assuming you use it on the warm door.
Sure.
I'm asking.
Yes.
So if you do that, if you sit there and you have like mentacle over here and a mentacle over here, and the warm door is in front of you, and you reach through there with your mentacle to see what's on the other side, you are also in a void here.
But it's a warm void.
No, it's not a warm void, but there's a body on the other side of the void.
Whose body?
Azure, unconscious, floating in void.
What?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What do I do? I'm going to Azure.
Okay. You gonna open the door?
Yeah.
Make an instinct check. Actually, no, sorry, make a strength check. Yeah.
I'm good at that. It's a 23 with fear.
A 23 with fear. Man, I have so much fear already. Great.
Stop. Fear.
Okay, so you 1 second, let me look at something. I'm actually gonna do this real quick. I need these 2 dice. I'm gonna be super duper clear about this when this happens in a moment. Just remind me if I don't explain.
Okay.
So you open the door.
Door open.
Void, vacuum, nothing on the other side. You start to get pulled in. As you start to get pulled in, something gets pushed out. Azure's body, adult Azure, floating in space and just gets sucked right into reality, into this dream space reality, and you, it lands at your feet.
Okay.
On a 23 with fear, I think you leave the door open for a second. What
Sure.
do you do?
I mean, I'm gonna see if Azure's okay.
Give me an knowledge check.
15 with fear.
Okay, so it's all. We're gonna get 2 more.
Too many.
On a 15 with fear, I don't think you can tell. I don't think you know for sure if Azure's okay or not. She's not responding to you calling her name. If she's alive, she's unconscious for sure.
I can't even tell if she's alive.
I think on a 15 with fear.
I mean, how would you check? You're not going to check a mushroom's pulse.
Yeah, I think
Like-
on a 15 with fear, you don't know how to check.
That's fair.
I think it's quite
I don't know
literally,
much
you don't
about
really know.
mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah. They don't exactly have a heartbeat, you know. I think what actually happens there in that exact moment is exactly that. You go for a heartbeat, you're like, oh my God, no heartbeat. And then you're like, wait, does she have a heart? And you're like, oh, probably not. Never mind. But yeah. Do you close the door?
I guess.
You open it with a 23, so that is, it's fine. You can close the door.
Okay.
You don't have to struggle against it. You don't have to fight to stay on this side of the door. The door closes as you're sitting at your feet. This whole space is that weird sort of what's the crepuscular blue, that like
Can you
evening.
imagine if Shibble got sucked into the space and I was like, we rescued you for literally 2 seconds and then you got yourself trapped again.
Yeah, it'd be really funny. It'd be super funny,
I'm
actually.
just a dog trying to get hit by a car.
Yeah, it's trying so hard. Get off me. If I go with you, I won't get hit by a car.
Shibble, we have to put the harness on you. We didn't want it to come to this.
Also on your 15 with fear, was it 15?
Yes.
This is where the dice come into play. This is a count down and a count up. Oh, I don't know how to ever put these. Sorry, these are both countdowns. This one, if it gets to 0, Azure will die.
Okay.
Well, it only
If
goes
this
to
one
1.
gets to 0, it's after 1. If this one goes to 0, you guys get out.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I mean, I guess I'll pack up Azure and head out in the direction that I think Vescarre is.
So when you were here last, downhill was the answer.
Yes.
This is on the episode, water flows downhill. You identify pretty immediately that you're in essentially the same area. And your path down is now simpler for you to grasp. You seem to navigate the space a little better than the last time you were here. Also, the last time you were here, Azure led you down the path.
Yes.
She's unconscious at your feet at best.
Uh-huh.
So as you approach, you are, I think on your 15 with fear, at this point you notice that she is her sort of filaments are sensing the air. And when you put her down on the ground, they sort of dig into the ground a little bit. She's probably alive, but she's definitely unconscious. She has the same condition you did before.
Okay.
You're gonna have to help her this
Okay.
time. So you're gonna have to find food for her to eat. What do fungals eat?
I don't know.
Make a knowledge check. That's incredible.
It's a 13 with fear.
Wait, I feel like there's got to be an experience here that would be relevant to this, right?
Do you think so?
Can I eat that?
There
Can
is.
you eat that?
Yes.
Fine. So now it's a 15 with fear.
Yes. Okay. So on a 15 with fear, this
Funny.
counts down to 3.
Is that the death one?
No.
Are you full on
Put it
fear?
We're going to
I'm
stretch
one away from full.
Carissa to death in real time.
You identify that they eat decaying matter and the ground is full of it.
Okay.
So if you put her down for some period of time,
She will feed.
she'll probably feed.
Okay.
All right. That means that you're gonna have to stop every little bit
Okay.
to keep her going.
Okay.
Um,
Noted. Will do.
but you don't have to make any checks because she will automatically do this.
Okay.
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 But you will need to make checks to navigate yourself.
Okay.
You do know the space. You know it well enough.
Uh-huh.
And you recognize the path, but it's kind of always moving a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So at the first rest point, you don't have to make a check for her because you passed the
Well, and we know that
nutrition.
your body in the real world is being fed butter. So
Yes, also that is true. That's true. You have
a butter nurse.
but I was gonna say a fat nurse. You have like a lipid nurse who's like swapping out bowls of lipids for you, like coconut oil and butter. Are you on keto? I feel like you might be on keto. What's that?
No.
Spend a fear on that.
Spend a fear. Yeah. I'll spend a fear on that. That's fine. That's in the real world. They ran out of butter.
World, so
In the real
pressing butter in your
yeah. No, they ran out of butter. They moved on to coconut oil. That's the fear. Okay, so you are now. Where were we? You put it down. You're going to do the rest. You need to make an instinct check to pick the next route. Now, one of the things that happened last time you were here is like there were little patches of ground, and I think what you sort of learned is that she needs to be touching the ground direct.
Yes.
So what you're going to be like, you navigated from patch to patch. There were cleared patches that she had made for you. So you're going to need to navigate those patches to get down. You have to do
Yes.
4 of those.
Yeah.
So make your first check.
That's a 9 with hope.
A 9 with hope. That does not succeed.
Shit.
But because it's a roll with hope, it doesn't count this down.
Yay!
So, you are lost. You get a
Great.
little concerned. You get confused and you start walking away. I think you might leave her behind for a minute, and you might have to like double back and be like, "Wait, oh crap!" So I think what you get a little bit like you're like, "Oh, I've been here." Feeling a little confident, and you get a little too confident, and you just step away. You turn around. You're like, "Oh, I'm all turned around." So what do you do now?
Am I back with Azure?
Yes. Your attempt to find the next spot has failed because you stepped away and got lost, but you're back with her.
Can I mentacle commune with Azure?
You could try. What's your instinct stat value?
+1.
+1? Just real quick. No. You can roll instinct with advantage on this.
Okay.
This will be a reaction roll,
Okay.
so it doesn't generate hope or fear.
Okay. $13.
Did you roll advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just rolling really bad
13.
today.
On a 13, it doesn't. You get the sense that like she's not well for sure. And it's going to take some time for her to get better. You don't get the sense that she has anything like approaching a mind at the moment. Her consciousness has been rescinded for the time being. What are you gonna do?
Go downhill.
Okay. Make an instinct check for me.
It's a 9 with fear.
A 9 with fear. Okay.
I've never rolled this bad before.
Oh, no, you roll with hope on the other one, right?
On the first one, yeah.
Yeah. So that counts down the other one. Okay. So, I have to make something bad happen now. So what happens
What
here?
the dice want, clearly.
It is. I want to spend a fear, and I think you fall asleep in this space.
Okay.
And I think you don't put Azure down. So you fall asleep with her like on your lap, essentially,
Oh.
and she's not able to eat.
Oh.
Because what you're essentially navigating between is little islands of dirt, with like rock and like debris around
Well,
those.
at least Tiger's not eating Shibble, I guess.
Well, you say that. I think you wake up and it's a little hard to dislodge her from you at first, as her mycelia are starting to grow into your clothing.
Oh. Okay.
But you get it done. It's not you're not gonna injure her, and it's not super difficult. But it looks like she was trying to eat and failed to eat.
Damn.
So that's the fear I spent. What are you gonna do now?
Go downhill.
Okay. Do you want to do anything in particular to make a better roll? Is there anything you want to
I don't know
use?
what I can
What
do.
are your
I don't know what I can do.
So you do have this new ability to see what's beyond. So you could try to use that.
On the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. So I spend a hope and make an instinct roll for
Yep.
that? Okay. Spent. Fucking finally, that's a 22 with hope.
A 22 with hope.
There.
Finally.
Finally.
Okay. So
Two
on a
with hope.
22 with hope, you're able to sense which direction.
Downhill.
Which way is essentially what feels warm to you.
Okay.
They're all downhill, or not all, but like all the directions you're looking are downhill. It'd be crazy if you were always. I mean, actually, that kind of happened.
Am I
But
at
yeah.
the top of a hill?
But you're always at the top of the hill. No matter how far down you go, you're still
You go downhill for a while and look behind you, and
at
it's
the
still
top of the hill.
downhill.
Yeah. But no, you are definitely descending. Your location is changing. Otherwise, it'd be way too easy to just put her down on the ground and be like, "Oh, we're here."
You could just roll down the hill.
So on that, you may add one advantage die to your next instinct roll.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess Azure didn't get to eat while I was asleep, so I want Azure to eat
Okay. So you're gonna put her down.
in the ground.
You put her on the ground, and you guys take a short rest. She's going to not good. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's a matter of like whether or not she wakes up before you get to the bottom, but she's not going to right now. So as of right now, unlikely. So you put her down, and you may do a rest action, a short rest.
No.
Unless you want to do a long rest, you can do a long rest here.
Just a short.
Okay.
I forgot the rest options.
Let me look.
It's basically like you can heal some of your HP, or if you do a long rest, you heal all of it, or you heal some stress or all of your stress.
So you can tend to wounds, yeah. You can repair armor, you can clear stress, or you can prepare.
Ooh, I had a couple armor broken before. Can I fix those?
Yeah.
Do I have to roll on that?
If it's short.
That's like
A short rest, yes. You
it's like a
clear
D4.
1d4 plus your tier.
Cool. So I fixed my 2 broken armors.
Nice. So as you let Azure rest, you start to how do you repair your armor? What do you think you're doing? Just out of curiosity.
In the woods?
Yeah.
Probably just like patching the holes with mud, I guess. What do you think? I have like a toolkit or something?
Freaking love that so much. It's so good.
There's
it's
like a
so
broken
good.
shard of shark bone, and I'm just sticking it back on in a pile of mud.
I think what you realize as you're doing this is like as you're putting this material onto your armor, it's actually becoming the material of your armor.
Oh, okay.
So there's something underdetermined about the nature of this place, such that you can maybe do a little pushing to make it more the way you want it to be.
Oh.
Which I mean that happened last time too. So, all right. So, what do you want to do now?
Keep going.
All right. Go ahead and make an instinct roll for me. You
With
may,
an
you may add an
advantage
advantage dice to this. The die.
Advantage. And I'm so glad I have that because that was a 6.
Wow.
So it's an 18.
18.
With hope.
Okay. That is so. I was unclear about this. I'm sorry. The DC for this is going to be 17. So on an 18 with hope,
Where's our DC?
you count this down one more. DC discipline. And you are able to find the next little bare patch of ground where there's no rock. There's dirt and some like leaf matter that you can put her on and she will recover from that. Now you may take another rest action here. And you can do a long rest or a short rest again. If you do a long rest, you will get another advantage die on your next instinct check. You don't have to.
I feel
but-
like with the way things are going with these dice today, I might need it.
Okay.
I like the idea of resting in your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you fall asleep in a dream, do you sleep in real life?
Meanwhile, in real life, butter.
You run out of coconut oil, coconut suntan lotion.
Yeah, it's pouring suntan lotion.
Just finding the next adjacent thing.
Oh man, it's buttermilk now.
Oh.
Thing with bacon fat at the back.
Oh yeah, they
We
keep
have already
it.
used
So,
up all the window milk.
yeah. It's not window yogurt.
All right, I guess I'll long rest so I can get my advantage die
Okay.
that I so desperately need.
Okay.
Because the dice are trying to kill Azure today.
So on a long rest, you can clear all your HP for yourself or an ally. And you can clear all stress.
I'm helping Azure. Heal Azure.
You're healing Azure. Okay.
Yes.
So you get to pick. It's 2, right? 2 actions here.
Yeah.
So you can do tend all wounds, clear all stress, repair all armor, prepare or work on a project.
Tend Azure wounds. And prepare to keep going downhill.
That's fine. You gain a hope for doing that.
Hooray.
And we'll say you can't prepare with Azure, but we will say that you get a second hope because you're essentially preparing for Azure.
Take a Slayer die instead.
Yeah.
In case I have to fight someone later.
Make a this is a reaction roll. Make a knowledge reaction roll.
Crit.
Interesting.
Crit
Interesting.
10.
Okay. I think that as you think that, you kind of reach out with your mentacles in all directions. You don't feel anybody else here.
Uh-huh.
You feel pretty safe and secluded.
Mm.
Maybe that's why you rested. Maybe that's why you feel comfortable enough to to do a long rest here. You now get no, I'm sorry. Azure now gets advantage on the next roll to wake up.
Yay.
When
Can she do that now?
you wake up, I will roll that for you. So, it's an 8 and a 4.
What happens when you have to rely on Jaime's rolls?
Yeah, they're so bad. There was a nat 20 earlier, but yeah, they're so bad. Okay, so Azure does not wake up the next day, but she does look a little hardier, a little less worn. You need to make one more check to locate the exit.
You have advantage.
With
right?
advantage.
Yep.
With advantage. Still an instant.
Yep.
May I also propose using my community feature
What's that? Which
to use a d20 as my hope die?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, this is the Broborn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you are helping a bro.
You're helping a bro.
I will follow my main tenet of no bro left behind.
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
so d20 is the hope die, and I have advantage. It's a 14!
Oh my god!
So I have to make something bad again happen here.
What were your individual? I need to know.
So it's an 8 on the fear die, a 4 on my 20-sided hope die, and a 1 on the advantage. Plus 1 for instinct.
So
Like, see Shibble flashing back all the things they've ever heard about wilderness survival, but it's all wrong. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, moss grows on the east side of trees. Like,
Musker's on the bottom side of trees. Yeah, you were a river scout. You only know how to do river. You don't know how to do trees. I think so I'm spending a fear here. I already spent it. The fear that I spent here, let me do
We're
a
gonna die out here.
I think what happens is you just straight up take a stress.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Yeah.
Agree.
yeah, it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, Carissa also took
Okay.
You feel unsure that you can navigate the way forward from this point. You are a little confused. You don't know how exactly what happened last time you were here. You're starting to get really worried. What happens next?
Libby, we need bodies.
Audience Ex Machina. Okay, what is it?
He's asking if you can get a reroll for Coop.
Yeah, you can.
Do I get to roll with the same die?
Thanks, Libby.
So d20 for hope and advantage?
Yep. It's the same roll. It's a
right.
reroll.
You have a chance to do the funniest possible thing right now.
Please. Okay, sick. Okay, that's a 14, a 9, a 6, and a +1.
I
Whoa.
was just waiting for you to get a lower result than last time somehow.
That's a 30 with hope.
Thank you, Libby.
On a 30 with hope, you count down.
Thank
The
you,
last
audience
die.
Ex Machina.
Look how clutch the audience mechanics can be. Yeah, that's crazy. Good job. Good roll. Good call.
Saved us
Um,
from the void.
and I think with a 30 with hope, take your hope. You become aware of a fact. And that fact is that each of the doors you have seen are through trees,
Huh.
and the trees are around you everywhere.
Huh.
So maybe the tree that you need to go through is right next to you. Maybe. You look up, you see 4 trees. Would you like to use a hope to see what's on the other side of the trees
Yes.
for the doors?
Yes.
You may pick 2 because you have 2 hope, right?
I have so many.
Oh, do you have a lot of hope? Yeah, you can. It's going to be 1 hope per door.
Okay. How are we designating them?
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 left from left to right.
It's like a thing where Shibble picks a door and then you reveal one of the other doors so they go behind it and then they get a chance to change their.
Yeah.
Monty Hall door problem.
Always change.
All right. What's behind door number 2?
Door number 2, you reach through, make an instinct check.
12 with hope.
On a 12 with hope, you're not entirely sure what's over there, but you do feel familiarity and it doesn't feel dangerous.
Okay. What's behind door number 4?
Go ahead, roll it.
$18 with hope.
18 with hope. On the other side of this door is Sam.
Oh. I know who that is. I'm going to go through there.
You're gonna go through
I'm
there?
bringing Azure with me.
Sam.
So I'm just on the phone at this point. I think trying to call the housekeeper who's in charge of feeding Shibble butter.
Okay.
Wait, so when I go through the door, am I still in a dream or do I go into the door and wake up?
We'll get there in 1 second.
How do you
I want to
know
set
if
up
you're
the
in a dream
scene.
or not?
I want to set up the scene here for
Yeah.
what happens.
Where's Descartes when you need him?
Where's my little top? Because as soon as I woke up, I was trying to call to get them to wake Shibble up, like trying to
Okay.
call the house. So I'm
I think it's what was her name? Mrs.
The
Can't-
butter nurse?
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
I want to say Mrs. Beasley.
No, it wasn't. That's from DuckTales. That's the name of the boy's mom. I cannot remember what her name was, but anyway, you call her and she's like, "All right,
Libby
dear.
knows.
All right, dear, it's fine. Well, your friend is gonna be just fine. She's just
Can you just check on her?
I'm with them right now."
Can you try to shake them?
Okay, you hear like boom, 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 like the horns and helmet hitting the wall of whatever room Shibble's in.
Anything?
No, I can't say there's anything.
Put me on speaker.
You go on speaker at that exact moment. She goes, "Oh!" Shibble pops out of existence. Shibble's body. She goes, "Ah, are the gone? They're gone, just gone." And then Shibble pops into reality over you, falls down a couple feet, carrying Azure. Make a
What the hell?
what is it? Agility reaction roll.
21.
Okay. On a 21, you land hoops first. I'm assuming you have hoops. And you are carrying Azure in your arms. Azure is wrapped in like a blanket with like a satchel across her chest. And she's sort of talking in her sleep. Yeah.
Shibble's here somehow. Anyway, we're
Hi,
good.
Sid.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Oh,
Shibble. Azure.
Hi, you're good at healing. Help.
Yeah. I will do sparing touch to clear 2 HP.
so Shibble's gonna, I'm sorry, Azure's gonna have to do 1 long rest in the real world to fully heal. But I think what happens is she sort of, as you clear 2 HP, she sort of stirs from her slumber a little bit, and she smiles at Shibble and she's like, "Knew you could help. I knew you'd get me through. I knew you learned how to do it."
How to do what?
Gone.
Okay.
I gotta go back to sleep and get Nadeshda and Cordelia.
What? Why? Where are they? What are
They're
they doing?
in Dreamland.
Okay.
Land.
Okay.
Well, Nadeshda is just like sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're just like laying there as well, and she's
Is Cordelia's
Huh?
body gone?
no, it's not gone. It's laying there.
Okay. But yeah.
Can I help?
You should not be unconscious.
I'll stay awake.
You feel very rested right now.
I am so rested.
I mean, I was very prepared to, if I was calling the house and you woke up, to be like, go in the medicine cabinet and eat all the melatonin and go back to sleep.
Yeah, Epi Halsey, that's her name. Yeah, Halsey. I knew it was somebody I went to high school with. I knew the name was anyway. I went to high school with General Halsey's like great grandson. That's a weird thing. Anyway,
Who's that?
he's a military general in the Revolutionary War. Admiral Halsey was his name, I think. All right, so we can get rid of this part. This is what happens if Azure dies.
And that's never
Get
gonna
rid of that part
happen.
forever.
Not on my watch.
It could happen for me.
But you see that she, like, as she sort of falls back asleep, she's like digging in her satchel
Mhm.
and has like a little book in her hand.
Oh.
That's all.
Am I able to Shibble knock me unconscious?
Oh yeah, you can
You
knock them
want me
unconscious.
to?
Yeah, I need to get back to sleep.
Okay.
What's the woman who works at I can never remember her name.
Oh,
No.
yeah,
Lena throws you some melatonin.
I'm
Yeah. And then you hit him on the head.
A controlled hit,
yeah.
not a killing hit.
Bonk. You're unconscious.
Am I back with you, Desha?
No, you're back in. I think you're back in like Rainbow Road.
God damn it!
And as that happens, yeah, you scream for Leo, and he's like, "Hey, sorry, one sec." And he comes in, he pulls you by your shirt collar, and drags you into you guys are back in the glade.
Is Azure here?
No.
They're asleep.
Yep.
SHIBBLE came back, and they had Azure.
Oh, Azure.
So did you rescue Cordelia while I was gone?
Not yet. I'm getting on that. I promise you. Let's see.
What are you doing?
So Leo and Ozzy are here.
They are both wounded from the end of the last session. And they are, I think they're trying to test how to do like in-dream healing. And it's not going super well. Let's do, a 5. They're not harming each other, but they're not winning any
Do
battles.
you want me to heal you?
They look at each other like, you're not gonna. This is experiments.
Well, we've got important things to deal with right now.
Yeah, but also we got to get back because our respective
Back where?
to the physical world, out of the dream place.
All right. You saw our friend disappear into nothingness, correct?
Yeah, he does that all the time.
No,
No,
not
not
Nico.
Nico.
Oh, no, wait, what? What happened?
Cordelia got sucked into the nothing.
You saw that. You were there.
Well, they were in the middle of a ritual. So the question is, how much attention were they paying? I think on 11, not a ton of attention. I think they're like, oh yeah, I do vaguely recall that. Sorry, we were like focused on the spore ritual.
And also Echo is here somewhere.
Yeah, Echo. I don't know what to do about that. If we can find Azure, maybe we could figure that out. I don't really know.
Oh, yeah. SHIBBLE showed up with Azure.
Oh, that's crazy.
And Azure is asleep.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
unlikely.
They were pretty badly hurt.
That does make sense. I wonder where they went.
Yeah, I don't know. I went right straight back here.
Yeah, they're just doing like 14-year-old boy versions of dream healing magic, which I don't know what that looks like. Maybe hitting each other with like a stick.
So, I mean, I guess we can call you when Azure wakes
Doing
up.
a sick kickflip.
Yeah, stick
Okay,
off
or-
of like a roof or something.
Or it's like, wait, I have an idea of how to heal you.
Yeah. We're trying to heal each other. Slap, 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 slap. It's not working.
Yeah, I can call you when Azure wakes up, and we can all. I guess how do I reach you?
This is the best place the best way to talk to us is
This is going to
messages through dreams.
hell with my sleep cycle.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay. Where is
Mhm.
Cordelia?
I don't know.
You are not at all alarmed that.
I don't know what
disappeared
happened. We were busy.
Okay.
Okay,
So
but now you do
you
know.
saw the portal.
But I don't. What do you mean?
the Laconas, right?
Yeah.
She went into one of those portals.
5 and a 2. They're like, that sounds terrible. I don't know what happens there. I don't know what's on the other side of that. Nobody knows what's on the other side of that.
Taking out my enemies list, and they're both already
They're both on it.
underlining it.
They're bumping up to the top of the enemies list. Yeah. So I think they're gonna be like, I wish I could help more, but I really don't know. You want me to ask? I think they both offered actually no, I think
Ask who?
Ozzy offers to ask. Nico, I gotta ask Nico.
Do you even know where he is? Like,
No,
have
but-
you seen him regenerate before? Do you know
Yes.
where he goes?
He does this a lot.
Okay. So, like, does he just kind of show up the next day?
He
or,
gets
like,
sort of born again, like as he was exactly.
but like in the same place?
No, just randomly, and he'll disappear for a couple days and then come back.
So it's usually like a couple of days before you see him again.
Yeah, like a day or two. So I don't know. He does this. I mean, it's not like every day, but it's like once a week.
All right. Well, we'll contact
Do you want me to ask anything in particular? Like,
No, I don't. He doesn't need to know more than he already does.
okay. I'll get information that I can get about this
think
place.
we'll
I think
probably-
I know more than Nico does about sort of some of the basics.
We'll probably end up talking to you before he shows up.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry I don't know how to help. I wish I could, but I really don't know what's beyond that. I don't think anybody does.
What was your plan for getting Shibble out then? Because Cordelia's in the same place.
Oh, so what we did was, I mean, you don't have a lacuna. If there's a lacuna, that's like an attachment, a place for that person to be.
Wait, but
If-
Echo does, right?
Echo has a lacuna, yeah.
So we could try to do the same thing.
Yes, that would almost certainly work.
But also, you said that part of the problem was that Shibble was destabilizing everything, right?
Yeah, something happened. Shibble's not supposed to be here. In this space, it's bad somehow. I think the lacuna is some sort of cyst. It's like a immune response.
But because Cordelia doesn't have that response, maybe that's part of
Exactly.
the problem.
Right. And Echo only had it because Azure invoked it
Hmm.
to save them, to try to save them from whatever was happening, but it didn't work.
Well, anyway, I guess we'll talk to you in a bit.
Okay.
And I click my heels 3 times. It's like, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in myself.
It's so funny. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. I think you can
I've done it several times
you
now.
can muster enough self-doubt that you
Yeah.
can just sort of pop yourself out of reality or out of the dream place.
I assume you're also.
What are you doing?
So, best guess. And try to apply yourself.
Okay.
Our friend is gone forever? Can be brought back?
The answer to that question I cannot say with any confidence at all. I guess it's a good thing if she still has a body. But she's not here in this space.
All right.
I know this much. The lacuna is a link between here and something else. I don't know enough about what either of those places might be such that I could
Well,
tell
you know
super
here.
duper much. Yeah, I do know here.
Lacuna connects here to
To
something
somewhere
else.
else, but it's not like reality. It's something else, somewhere else. Some
We know that Azure does more.
nothingness.
All right.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help more. I don't know. I'm studying a lot. Like I think this is Ozzy. He's like starting to like juggle. He grows extra arms and starts juggling, like while he's talking to you. And he's showing off a little bit. You know, he's like, look at what I can do. And he's like starts like tap dancing.
Leave before he takes his pants off. I'm
Like-
joke.
And I think Leo's just sitting there with his arms crossed, like, okay, sure. Spin a beer on this. Okay, I can do that. As that's happening, I need you to make an instinct reaction roll. No, this is only for you.
12.
Okay, on a 12, you take 7 points of magical damage as you feel your brother lose his grasp on the glade's presence because he's focusing too much on all the little things he's trying to show you. And you sort of like your left arm stops existing for like a split second.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Brings you back. Sorry, I get distracted. I mean, I was juggling 12 balls and also tap dancing, and also I was kind of thinking about building a building. You see behind him, like pieces of like material are forming into like like building materials, like just substance becomes wood and planks,
Okay.
and they just like fall to the ground.
Okay. I go in and give them both a hug.
They hug you back.
You are
wholeheartedly.
good boys. You are smart boys.
Okay.
You are strong boys. But
Okay.
you need to think about You need to think about the other people who are in here and what to do about them. You do not work for Nicoletaire. I do not work for Argent. I do not work for Katarina. We all work for each other. You understand?
We're in the union.
Yes. Let's call it that.
Oh. Okay. I like that.
Our family, we are a union.
Okay.
We immediately see like a bunker of AO3 of Ardent and like the word union, like and the red lights start going off. Like somebody said the word union. Deploy the troops.
Oh yeah, I think yeah. I think that something like that. Like you see like a little bit like the light gets a little like severe, a little like intense, a little cinematically tense. And they're like,
This is not an easy world. We survive by playing for each other. You understand?
of course.
All right.
I will help as much as I can, and I know that Leo just jumps in. I will also help as much as I can. He doesn't have to talk for me. I can talk for myself also. And then Ozzy jumps in. There's a little irony to you speaking for Tamsin, and Leo's like, Tamsin at the same exact moment will also help as much as she can.
All right. Whenever you think that it is not necessary, look at what happened to the priests. Almost all dead. The rest of them do not like each other. All right?
Okay.
We gotta play. We got to be on the same side. Always.
Always.
All right.
But we can't always look like it because, and they sort of look at each other like, even we like directly oppose. But like, we're also, brothers and hanging out here. So it's fine. But we have to look like it sometimes.
I understand.
So.
I love you both. Mwah, mwah. I will say hello to Mommy and Daddy.
Okay.
And then I go up through the, look like I'm walking away, then immediately, fly up into the treehouse, right? With the
It says, yeah.
Right, ha ha on the inside, jump through a window and return to reality.
Wow. Wow. The most whimsical thing Nadesh has ever done.
Nadesh has been in the dream too long. She's becoming whimsical.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. You guys, you wake up and you see SHIBBLE and Azure.
In real life.
In real life.
Woo!
Need to go home.
Where are we now?
Arrakis.
Arrakis dry cleaning.
Oh, okay.
Can you carry Cordelia?
I guess. As I'm also carrying Azure.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
Azure's
Azure's in adult form, so she's not tiny, but she's adult human sized about.
I think I'm 6'5".
Yeah. So,
Finance 6'5", blue eyes. Anyway,
Trust fund.
does not know how to access trust funds.
yeah. What are you guys doing?
I want to stop by the drugstore on the way home.
Which define drugstore?
Like the equivalent of a Walgreens.
Okay. There's probably a couple stalls on the way home that sell like
I wanna
bandages
buy
and alcohol.
All of their sleeping pills and all of their energy.
Oh, you want drugs?
Yeah, but it's not. The equivalent wouldn't be illegal in our world, I guess.
Right. But it's still drugs.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like spend a fear. Okay. Spend a fear on this. You find a halfling dude who's got like a eye patch, and he's like, "What do you want?"
Need a bunch of sleeping pills and a bunch of wake up pills.
Fox. He is going to make a knowledge reaction roll.
Oh, sweet. 19.
19. on a 19 and his 10, you see him take a handful of things out of a bottle that says sugar, and put them into a bottle that says sleeping pills. And he's like, there you go, it'll be 20 IC.
Oh, for this bottle full of sugar?
I don't know, you call me sweet?
I don't know. I guess I'll just let everyone know that your stuff is just.
Hey, my reputation is my life.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, it is.
And I just lick one of the pills, and it's clearly sugar.
I can't taste that you're tasting sugar. You saying that it's sugar.
I take it and dissolve it into my coffee like a sugar.
I think let's make a presence roll.
I'm gonna spend a hope to make that 12.
Does not succeed. He's like, I don't know, this guy. Give me the money, or else I'm gonna friggin' call security on you.
You know, I'm gonna find someone who has actual drugs.
All right, you have Nadezhda with you.
Do you have any sleeping pills?
Hey, Nadezhda, I need to buy some drugs from you.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna make a breaking beige roll. Not great, but it is with hope. Breaking beige. Oh, actually, that's 16. Oh wait, 15.
Yeah. Okay. So what exactly are you trying to do?
Well, he needs to buy some drugs from me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of a finance check.
You're doing it as a finance check. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is. I think you understand immediately that he is, from like a network of like distant network of drug dealers that are like lesser. They're less honorable than the ones that you know, and more sort of like willing to be cutthroat. Well, not cutthroat. More willing to lie directly. The people you know tend to be more like honorable, like actually have like a sort of like Cosa Nostra sort of like.
Sorry, I can't. I cannot dilute the Nadezhda, the drug dealer brand by this basic shit.
Come on, I just want some whatever. What's the one that makes you fly? I got 7 or 8 people just asking for that.
I put the pills that he gave me behind my back and pulled them back out. And like, these will make you fly.
Make a presence check again. I would do this as a contested. Wow, it's really bad. No, I'm so bad at this. How do I so consistently
18?
roll so poorly? On an 18, you completely bamboozle this man. He's like, oh shit,
Clearly,
it's the exact same one. He forgot that he used that bottle today. He thinks he used the blue bottle today, and it's the clear bottle.
I just want to apologize for going to a different drug dealer because clearly that was a mistake.
All right. I have something called Volt, which is like Adderall, so I can sell you some of that. I don't have anything that puts you to sleep,
That's the more important.
but I
one.
will try to
Yeah.
check with Katerina. So I guess that's one of the things I'll do today.
Oh, the daddies are with you guys,
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
and they have Katerina's whole
Hey, you
catalog
guys got any sleep
portfolio.
You guys holding
Of course.
sleeping pills?
Okay.
I don't know what do you want. You want like
I want pills that'll make me fall asleep.
but do you want to be like asleep, or do you just want to be like asleep?
I need to be able to dream. That's important.
Oh, so like asleep. Okay, yeah, we got that. We got some diphenhydramine.
Okay. We are going to have to rebrand diphenhydramine.
The ambient. Some combination of diphenhydramine and alcohol.
Okay, I'm gonna
it's in the
buy some
atmosphere.
from them
It's an inhaler.
and spike it with I gotta get a better list of all the drugs, more accessible. Spike it with I guess
It's like brain
thread
alcohol
cut,
and diphenhydramine. Okay.
because thread cut like turns your brain off and makes you calm.
Oh yeah.
So, and we'll just call that Sweet Dreams
Yeah.
and give that to Sam and then some Bolt.
Adderall. Dreams are made of Vex.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys do a little apothecaryism in the alley as you're
Yep.
walking home.
One other thing I want to do before we go.
Sure.
I want to find one of my orphans,
Oh, they're around.
and I want to send them to watch my parents at the lake, and just like check if they're and just like be watching them and be able to see if there's any trouble.
Oh, you want us to check on Grandma and Grandpa?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, Dad.
This is okay. Anyway, yes.
There goes Aaron with an E.
Yep. Aaron with an E runs away.
Getting too attached.
Now, Aaron with an E has to stay here.
No, Aaron with an E talks like a newsy.
Yeah,
like
Aaron with an E is busy with tracking.
this is like somebody that you haven't noticed before, like a younger child in
I'm
like
gonna
a
say Drew.
room. Okay. Hi, I'm Drew, and I think you're my dad.
Don't know how to feel about that.
That's
but,
okay, Dad. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I need you to go to the lake, watch my parents, and let me know if anything.
How do I get there?
I know.
New choice.
New choice?
Um.
Oh, new choice on the name?
Oh. Well, I can look at I have a list somewhere.
Or
I'm,
new choice on the relationship he thinks he has with you.
No, I'm going with the name. It's a name. We gotta do
I'm gonna say Dale.
Dale. Okay.
The man's name.
Hi, I'm Dale.
And he's got a friend that people call Chip. It's not his actual name, but
Is he? I feel like he has like a little stuffed bird that he calls Chip.
yeah.
Yeah. This is my little canary, Chip.
Yeah. So I know geographically where this is, right? Like
Yeah.
I could tell him how to get there.
North and
Yeah.
like slightly west. It's
Yeah.
it's a day trip by car. Half a day trip by helicopter.
How much would it cost to hire a helicopter to go there?
Geez. It wouldn't be cheap. It'd probably be like 10,000 IC.
What about by car?
By car it'd be like 5,000 IC.
Can you get Aaron with an E to drive you there?
I'm not driving. I'm drunk.
Never stopped you before, Aaron with an E.
Yeah, but I took all those pills that made me sleepy.
Tell them to stay up.
One eye
Back.
like opens up. Honk shoe.
Oh, wait, the cat. My sash is on an invisible moose that I don't believe in.
All right. I'll just pay 10,000 IC.
The daddies are like, we could drive them. We can't drive, but we can go with them.
Okay, daddies.
Do that. That works for you.
Yeah, we could do that. Who do you want to go with them? Like, who do you think Sam would be like?
Can you remind me?
There's Rennet, Tanner, and Blue.
That sounds right. Let's send
Rennet,
Blue.
Tanner, and Blue. What's it?
Let's send Blue.
It's Tanner backwards. Rennet. You're saying Blue?
Yeah.
Blue's the little one who's like
He'll fit in with the work.
he's definitely got the heaviest drug habit.
So
It'll
we'll
be
fit in
good
with
for
the orphan.
him
Yeah.
It'd be good for him to get out of the city for a little bit.
He's
and drive.
definitely smoking just like straight up smoking a blunt, like a real fat like cartoon.
So
Go to the lake.
anyway, Rennet, I need you to go watch my parents.
Rennet's like, oh man, I'm hungry. I was gonna eat dinner.
You can get
Blue's
McDonald's
like,
on the way.
I can do it.
You can get food on the way.
I got it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What's up, Blue?
Yeah.
Anyway, Rennet, just take Dale and keep an eye on them.
Tanner's like, I can do this. We can do this. It's fine. We'll just all go together.
Okay.
All right.
If that's okay. I don't know if like your job, if you have to say
Four
like-
adult drugged men with an orphan.
keep someone with me,
Only 3.
like, or if you're allowed to like leave,
Oh no, we're allowed to leave. We just have to watch you.
Okay. But how are you watching me if you're not here?
Wink.
All right, yeah, just do that.
That's for you to worry about and me to know.
Okay.
All
Why
right.
don't you go do that?
Sounds good. Daps you up.
I take a hit of Blue's blood.
Hey, that's my blood. Aaron with it, he's like, I want that blood.
No, not till you're 14.
27. You leave a disaster in the making behind, and I'll roll that out later. Cool.
I mean, if they make it to the lake, it's going to be a freaking miracle.
Yeah. You see it like 30 seconds later. You see it like a utility vehicle, like an actual utility vehicle, like a municipal style utility vehicle,
Like a box truck.
yeah, drive directly into like telephone pole, and like the pole falls over, and you hear a bunch of people scream, "Oh no, not the fire factory!"
Where will we get our fire?
Just the lightning rod in the sky.
Never work with orphans or ska bands.
Oh man.
I guess if it's a brand new day and I've got a wonderful whole night of sleep,
Why did they build a fire factory next to the puppy depository?
Because that's where the tree wood place is.
I got a call Visage and Codex. I guess I owe them a meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What
Um,
happened there? I
they
was
wanted
asleep.
to get me together with Nico the Tear. They need to
Yeah,
get together and have a meeting about
They
Nico
sent
the
some
Tear.
assassins or something, and
Yeah.
you beat them up, and then they agreed to do a meeting with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I took the experience. This battle could have been a meeting, could have been an email. And against Jaime's permission,
Made
Sometimes
it in
they're
here.
forced
I
from
have a
nature.
+3 on it, and now I guess I'm cashing it in.
Amazing.
Um,
So you're doing an email meeting?
well, they gave me that little clicky thing that'll
Yeah.
connect to them.
Yep.
So I guess I'll have to go into some place and
They gave you the email address,
okay.
so you
time?
could. It's like 7 p.m.
Okay.
What am I doing
Oh,
with
that
these
was first thing in the
unconscious
morning.
You
people?
tell me.
No, I mean, because I think it was earlier in the morning when we started our drink.
Yeah, it was like early in the morning when you guys started the whole process.
So, like, do I take
Maybe
them
all night.
home? The sleepy people?
Oh, well, I was going to go with you, but yeah, we should go home.
Yeah. We'll take them home.
Where's home?
The apartment.
Apartment.
Your house
Mhm.
or your?
No, like my house.
So that's pretty far from here. You guys are in the low light district, so it's gonna be like at least an hour and a half walk. Oh, spend a fear. Yeah. Okay, let's spend a fear on we'll
Taking
I'll hold
two
that for a second.
unconscious people home?
yeah. So you guys make the hour and a half trip back.
I'm trying to have Aaron within E try this.
I'm asleep and I'm high and drunk.
Like,
And I'm 27 today. It's my birthday. Haha.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. When's your birthday?
This was like 3 days ago,
Yeah.
right?
Happy
Right?
birthday.
Thanks.
Flips you a beer bottle.
Okay.
I'm tired and I'm not driving.
It's 7:00 in the
Should I
evening.
carry
Yeah,
you
and I've been
home
partying
too?
for 36
I
hours
mean, I can
straight.
drive us home. It's a car here.
No,
Where's the car?
I don't know.
Okay, when are you doing this?
Here's why.
All right.
Spend a fear.
Walk home.
You see a helicopter
And you
fly
see-
over.
You see like a news ticker that says like, "Oh, taxi's gone forever."
You see a helicopter fly over, and you see Rennet like hang out. Hey, we got a helicopter, and we're going to the lake
Can
house.
you drop us off at our house?
Well, I can't hear you over the helicopter blades. I will roll on that. I'll roll on that. The 10, yeah, they don't hear you. So you can make a presence check if you want to.
Sure.
You could do it. Anybody could do this.
I think I'll just live at the dry
I'll
cleaner
make
forever.
presence check as
20
well.
with fear.
Play with fear. They see you and the helicopter dips so hard, so fast. It terrifies you for a split second. They're going straight down, and then you're like, "How can a helicopter even do that?"
It
Like,
crashes into the strategic dynamite reserve.
yeah, it's the strategic dynamite reserve that's parked behind. It's a mobile strategic dynamite reserve.
It's
And-
next to the fire.
Yeah, it's next to the fire factory. In between them is Sparks R Us. But no, I think they just like stabilize at the very last second.
Oily rags and things.
Yeah, it's not next to the oily rag dispensary. No, they stabilize and like land in the middle of the street around you guys. Where are you going?
To the apartment.
You guys want to take a ride home with us?
Yeah.
We'll drop you off. Okay. They take you home. That's why.
Was it worth it, Jaime?
It was. It was absolutely worth it.
Although I don't live there. I live in the.
I'll take you back to the house, I mean, but yeah. So yeah, you guys go back to Sam's place.
We'll set Cordelia up where Shibble was in Shibble's hospital bed.
Okay. And you see Mrs. Halsey. She's like, "Wow, you're awake."
Yeah, that's the good news. The bad news,
Oh no, what happened to her?
like a swap kind of thing.
Oh, what'd you do?
I don't know.
You rascal, you. Did you kill her?
I don't think so.
What?
Not on purpose.
You can hope, you know.
What?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Hey, May, we need you to take care of Cordelia.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, cheese butter, right? All we have is solid fat.
That sounds about right. Anyway, Cordelia wakes up and it's like, that's a lot higher than
So where do I put Azure?
Get in one of the. We have like a pot of dirt or something.
Should I just leave her in the yard?
Okay,
Maybe
Canon Shibble's birthday is Thuvain 30th, which is about 2.5 weeks ago.
It's been 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, you
Wow.
were asleep for a while.
That's a
I
long
don't know
man.
why I decided this, but for some reason I decided that my birthday was like a week before we started the campaign. So my birthday was
We're never
Thuvain-
getting there.
Thuvain 5th.
Okay. So you guys are at the house. You have set up the unconscious people in the appropriate places.
The sweeple.
The sleeple, yeah. Only sleeple. Wake up, sleeple.
Soylent Green is sleep.
And you what do you want to do from here?
Um,
I think the who was it, Dale and Chip? They're like, okay, well, it's time to go to check on Grandma and Grandpa, so I'm gonna go with the daddies. So goodbye, everybody. Bye. This child is so wholesome.
bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Aaron, and bye, Aaron with an E. I miss you guys. Bye.
Yeah, and I also tuck Aaron with an E in because this is passed out.
Where are you tucking him in?
I guess my bed.
Your bed? Okay. He's like, yeah, your bed's too hot and scratchy. I hate it. I'm gonna sleep on the floor like I
Okay.
usually do.
Put a blanket on the floor for him.
He curls up in the blanket like a dog.
No.
Goes to sleep. Cigar hanging out of his mouth. It's a blunt.
It's 7 p.m. and I've had a full night's rest. So,
What do you guys want to do?
I think I'm gonna call Katerina.
Okay.
Ooh, we're gonna see some sexting.
So I think at this point I'm gonna spend a fear.
On sexting?
No, before this happens.
Fair.
And you realize that you're carrying Cordelia's phones.
Oh. Which means I'm also carrying my
Your
phone.
phone. And you guys get an email
Oh.
that Cordelia has to run a meeting in the morning.
Oh.
Don't you have a disguise skill?
Yeah, I have executive order.
And I have executive
+3.
disorder. And we're gonna go to break on that.
Oh.
So yeah, let's go to break. We'll be back in like 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to cake break. Everybody take it and post about it in chat in Discord. Okay, so welcome back to Yes and Dragons. Welcome to Vescarre. what kind of cake did you eat today? Tell us in the Discord.
Is a cookie sandwich a cake?
Close enough.
It can be. I think like there's a real good argument that that's a cake. Like it's a really cakey cookie, which I think is my favorite kind of cookie personally. I was looking for a cake recently. Well, it's a long story. I was looking for a cake recently. It was unrelated to the other cake story I was telling you earlier. This is a totally separate cake thing. I wrote to the lady who made the best birthday cake I ever had in my entire life, and I was like, "What kind of cake do you make?" She'd never answered. Jenny of Jenny Cakes, if you're out there, I don't know what kind of cake you make. 'Cause I
New
wanna know
Chicago
You were-
Quest.
You were pastry ghosted?
what. I mean, in her defense, she doesn't have the business anymore. So, like, I was just like, last chance effort. I'll write to you on Facebook, which is what I did.
New Chicago Quest.
Yeah. No one should speak German. Me. That's true.
Libya's one.
Well, that's. Oh, I mean, nobody should spend the time learning German for no good reason. Essentially, don't learn German because you accidentally downloaded a movie in German once.
There are other ways to
There-
watch The Last Unicorn.
There, you can watch The Last Unicorn with the English dub. I mean, it's not even dub. I guess the German one's the dub. Anyway, one of the first words I learned in German were like Zauberer and Schmetterling. Zauberer is like sorcerer.
Yeah.
I have
Schmetterling is butterfly.
I have a friend whose child
Klotistier.
watched the DVD of Frozen so many times, so they started watching it in other languages on the DVD.
Yeah. That's basically what I was doing, but it was just in German. It wasn't the first time I ever saw it. I just wanted to watch it that day. Anyway, so we come back to the world of Vescarre, where we see Aaron with an E curled up on a blanket, and inside the house, outside the house, SHIBBLE is watching over Azure, as Azure's like little mycelia network is like seeking like nutrients in the ground. And what were you eating? You were eating leftovers?
I picture
Yeah.
a container that says Nadezhda, Shibble, do not eat.
It's got my name on it.
I see my name there.
I blamed myself
Me.
there. That was my mistake.
What are you doing here? Let's see.
I suppose I am, in case we need to like plant Azure permanently here, I'm sourcing a huge pot like the trees, so we can just
Oh my
put
God,
compost and
that's
like move them
so
and move her
funny.
inside and plant her in a pot.
We're
And,
gonna turn Azure into Baby Groot.
yeah, and I'm painting thick teste on the side just to make it properly vexen. And also I am composing an email to Visage and Codex, essentially saying put together a compensation package of money, like spell components or materials, and staff to help me go after Nico Laterre.
Oh, that's cool.
And just being like, hey, you want this, make me an offer, and I'm happy to help you out here.
Make a presence roll on this, and you may add was it Born to be Beige or whatever?
Breaking
Oh,
Beige.
Breaking Beige, yeah.
I do like Born to be Beige.
Born to be there. Okay. Ooh, not good. But it is with hope. So, and I have good presence. So, 12 on the die. Take the hope with 2 for presence. So that's 14. With Breaking Beige, we'll take it up to a 19.
A 19 with hope.
Damn.
On a 19 with hope, you construct an email that even you kind of step back for a second. And you're like, "Phew, that's pretty good." This is like a Cordelia level email.
You've still got it, Nadezhda.
It's like the fluency of the business language that Cordelia has, but with all of the subtle pressure of a mafia
the
letter.
tone is like perfect.
Yeah, the tone is exactly like just right down the middle
Yeah,
of
I'd
like
hate to kill more people that you send after me.
promise and regret. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
We've really lost time and resources so far.
It's terrible. We could just work together.
Hate to see it escalate.
Wouldn't you just hate to see this escalate?
Yeah.
And yeah,
I would
you
hate
have,
to see something happen to the school your child goes to at 5043 North.
right.
And I guess I go to SHIBBLE.
Who you have an email,
Mhm.
by the way,
Uh-huh.
that does explicitly state that you and Cordelia are expected to Cordelia is expected to run a meeting tomorrow,
Mhm.
where she's supposed to pitch merger data, pitch a merger ideas. This is not
We're gonna have to weekend at Bernie's this. I'm like,
So I'm
Well,
gonna
also, I have executive order, so I'm going to spend the hope that I just acquired.
Yeah.
To use uncanny disguise, which gives me advantage during presence checks during that time.
well, we should do that tomorrow.
But yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah.
for now I'm gonna go into the room where Cordelia is, and I'm gonna try to wake her up.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Try telling her you don't believe in her.
"15 with hope."
Mark your hope. On a
Taking a
15 with
slate
hope,
die.
you successfully do not break any bones.
Yay!
But she's not waking up. She looks real pale. She looks a lot like the way Azure looked.
Mm.
There's butter dribbling down her chin.
Yeah, there's butter. Shit. Mrs. Halsey's like, oh, hon, let's get it away. I gotta make sure to wipe all. He's got-
Cordelia, you have a meeting tomorrow.
Just
Cordelia.
nothing.
like the mask.
Yeah, that's it.
Cordelia.
But just like that. Yes.
I promise I'll do better if you come to the meeting tomorrow.
No, make a presence check.
That's really bad. My presence modifier is only a +1, which makes it a 10 with fear.
A 10 with fear. Okay. Thank you for the fear. You might have like a full-blown anxiety attack at this moment.
Oh no.
You don't know quite what the feeling is. I don't think you've ever had an anxiety attack, but like
Or any anxiety.
I think what this is just like you're like, what if she doesn't wake up? What do I have to do? What do I do? You're kind of like, uh-oh, why am I sweaty? And my hands are sweaty, and also like my heart's going fast. Mark of stress.
Okay.
I think I want to
Fear I spent.
console Shibble using Lean on Me. And this is the triggered by the failed roll. When you console or inspire an ally who fail an action roll, you can both clear 2 stress. I'm talking about it's okay. It's not your fault. We're gonna get her back.
How?
However we can. We got you back, and you were in the same place she is, so it's possible.
My brothers are working on it as well. You have a team around you.
Somebody give me a knowledge check. Make this do this as a group roll. So pick a leader for this one.
And
Not
also you can
knowledgeable.
clear 2 stress.
I am very not knowledgeable.
I have 1 to add to knowledge.
0.
I can't be the most. Oh,
You know, we've gone through this before. Our party has like
0
nothing
knowledge.
for knowledge. Oh no.
oh no.
9.
10.
13?
Okay.
Holding a book upside down, like
It's so interesting that you say that, actually. I think. Yeah, okay. I did a luck check for myself. They got a 10, which what this would be because this adds 1 and this subtracts 1, which means that it's null for you if it's your roll. On a 10, I think
So wait, what was the DC?
It was it was a 10 DC.
Wasn't even
Um,
high DC.
no, it's not.
But we made
But we
it.
made it.
We made it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think what happens is I think you like kick a book across the yard by accident, and it hits you in the shin.
Ow.
You're like,
Ow.
Jesus, what the hell? Yeah. And
Oh, let me see.
yeah, she picks it up. This is a journal that Azure was keeping. It fell out of her satchel.
I am seeing everyone's journals these days.
Is there any bad poetry?
Oh, yes.
Um,
Mushroom poetry.
I love that band. That's definitely an album, Mushroom Poetry. It's a genre.
Yeah.
It's a subgenre of jazz.
Bungle rock. Yeah.
I love that show. That was a great show.
Rock.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a notebook with a bunch of notes. And it's written in this is field log. And there is a bunch of stuff in here from in general, like notes about the dream place. And then suddenly the notes go different, much more frantic. You see a note that says clock is wrong. The difference should be non-zero. I'm sorry, the difference should be 0. It is non-zero. And then instrument error, but scratched out. And then a note, like a little arrow checked twice, not error. And there's another note that says no filament, no lattice, none. The material I have navigated my whole life is simply not here. Conclusion I do not like. No, conclusion I do not like, colon. Like, that's the conclusion I don't like.
I thought it was conclusion. Do not-
No,
I do
yeah,
not like
I realize that. This is not a space between planes. There is nothing between here and nothing. I think I am near the bottom of the gap, or possibly before it. Third note says, direction does not work. To go up, I must go down again. Distances refuse to add. There's like a map written out, like a marked route that's retraced over and over again. The way back is not the way in reversed.
Does it seem like it's through like the woods?
It's unclear. There's no. Actually, let me double check something. I'll make a roll on that. I didn't write that. I'll say yeah. Okay. So I'll say that in the second note, it specifically states this. I thought this was like the woods, but is not. In the third note, it continues, entry and exit are not the same operation. This is the whole problem. The fourth note says, careful what you look at, scratched out.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's a fear, I want
Bend up
Azure to
here.
have said something really mean about me in the journal.
Yeah, you want to?
Ooh,
Okay,
something mean about all of us.
I'll put a fear on that. I think
Shibble. She
No, I
wouldn't
think,
have been Shibble. I think she kind of likes Sham.
Just be like, the fact that they have a collective +1 is shocking that they even have that much.
I think on the fear spend, I think what happens is, I'll give you the 5th note. In all caps, this is the critical failure. Underlined 3 times. And then it says, everything else is interesting. This matters. I have no repeatable way to leave. That's the fear.
Okay. Really just more stuff to ask Azure when they wake up. Not a lot else that this does for us.
So yeah. What do you guys do? It's now like 9 or 10 p.m.
I'm gonna call Karina.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you call Katerina.
And just be like, hey, you want to catch like a super late dinner?
Hello, but I'm in Vex, right? Darling.
Always in Vex.
I know, because this is where I live and also where I do all of my illegal trade. So, you know,
Just a lot going on right now.
so much going on. Tell me what's happening, darling.
Shiv was stuck in the dream world, and then we got them out, but then that meant that Cordelia got stuck in the dream world.
Oh no!
And they're still there.
Oh, wait. She's still there?
Yeah.
What happens?
They got sucked into a nothingness portal.
Darling, I'm going to need you to explain it better.
Well, do you know what like an absence of anything is? What was that word?
A lacuna.
Do you know what a lacuna is?
Of course.
It's like that.
It's like a doorway where there is a door that is open.
Not a lacuna was a
should be,
gap
but it's
in
not.
space. Yeah.
Like a doorway.
Yeah. So it was like a doorway to like oblivion.
Oh, the doorway to Vex.
But yeah. So we got Azure back.
Oh, how is she doing?
Well, she's still resting. So
oh, tell her I miss her.
I'll let her know, but hopefully she'll be able to give us more when she wakes up.
Do you need money or anything?
Oh, I have lots of money.
Okay.
But I want to see you.
I'm coming into town in 2 days.
Okay. So
we do
campaign
dinner
time. That'll be like 3 or 4 months.
Well, let's do dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know a place.
Oh, okay. I was going to invite you to but okay. You know a place.
I had asked what's that soup guy's name? Marceau for that. What's the fanciest soup restaurant in Vescarre? Or the most romantic soup restaurant in Vescarre?
Yeah. Okay. She's like, I love soup.
Yeah, whatever that is, that's the one that.
Okay. Marceau is very famous.
I was saying that.
Oh, you're saying that? I understand. I get it. Okay. So, okay, I'm very excited to learn more about what you have decided. It's wonderful to know that you're thinking about this. The daddies are watching you very well. Tell them I'm very happy.
Yeah, they said they're keeping a close eye on me.
Yes, I've noticed. They're so good at what they're doing.
Yep. Not by my side.
That's perfect. They did tell me that they have traveled to the lake house and it is destroyed.
Yeah, that was us.
But your mom and dad are doing very well.
Oh, good. Yeah, I kind of wish they had, also texted me that, but.
Oh, no, they talked to me.
I just mean like.
You want me to give them permission to talk to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, my orphan doesn't need permission from you to speak to me.
Yes, but they also hate you very much.
Really? But that one called me daddy.
Oh, that one doesn't have a phone. No talk, no text.
You need to get him a phone.
Does he send the canary with a message?
He just throws the canary. It becomes real when he throws it.
Anyway, yeah. Let me know when you're back in town.
2 days. I come back in
yeah.
2 days. I bring new shark shit.
Excellent.
Many teeth.
Well, I'll talk to you then.
Okay, I miss you. Tell
Bye.
Nadej I said thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Click. That's all.
Nadezhda.
Katerina says hi.
Good.
Yeah. Anybody else doing anything?
I guess I get together with Shibble and make a plan to impersonate Cordelia and tomorrow morning go in for the meeting. I guess Sam's coming
Yeah.
too because he
Well,
worked
Sam's
there.
job is to harass Cordelia.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a fun time stepping into Cordelia's shoes.
So I think you get an email at this point that's like directly from Yuli, and it just says
Disrupt this meeting.
fuck her up. Yeah. Just fuck her up, fam. Just absolutely destroy
And,
her.
like a courier hands me an envelope with a kazoo in it.
Yeah, of Vuvuzela. And I think you guys get an email from, or no, you get an email from Nadira.
Oh,
Do you know Nadira? Do you remember Nadira?
nope.
That's okay. You don't need to know.
Nadira was the one who sent us to Cordelia's tower, essentially forced us to go there.
And then they took her to a soup restaurant.
Yeah.
Ah.
She's the in the wide variety of NPCs we've interacted with, she is our least favorite.
Oh,
She's the dear of all the NPCs.
Yes.
and in the dream realm, I went into her dream and replaced a picture of her family with one of the erotic fungal nudes. Oh, speaking of, does the picture of Nadira's family come with me into the real world?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it does.
Okay, then I put it up.
I'll tell you what, make a presence roll. It could be a DC 16 presence roll.
22.
On a 22, yeah, it does. It does. You pop out of the dream world holding a
Oh, wait,
photo.
21.
21, yeah.
Wait, does that mean that now your erotic fungal nude is gone?
The second, I have two erotic fungal nudes. One I
Please
got from a
give your
different
back.
dimension. The one that I got in this dimension is in Nadira's mind, I guess, permanently.
Yeah,
Whenever she thinks of her family, there's
Can't
just
picture her parents' face, can only picture fungal nude.
there's some weird, complicated feelings that come with the fact that her family is always associated with the weird fungal nude, I guess, from now on until I take the picture out. Anyway, so I have a picture of her family. I'm adding that to my inventory, and I still have an anchor in her brain.
They still have an anchor in her brain.
Okay, wait a minute. That lasts till the end of the scene, right?
It does. It does. It does last to the end of the scene. But we made a little exception for the dream mechanics.
Mhm.
I said you can let it last a little bit longer, see how it goes. So
All right.
Nadira emails you guys, or emails you directly. And is basically basically she actually emails Cordelia.
Okay.
And
So I'll
she
be looking-
CCs you.
I'm
let's
looking at
see.
Shibble's phone and Cordelia's because Shibble does not answer their phone. So
That's true.
Yeah, we're helping Shipple check their email.
So she's basically like,
Cordelia does that.
you guys, Yuli has set you guys up for absolute failure. But I'm gonna try to see what I can do.
Just to be clear, Yuli has set them up for failure. Yuli has set me up for success.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. No, this is just
Yeah.
you. If you have Cordelia's phone,
Uh-huh.
then you can read this. But this is you're CC'd on this email.
Mhm.
And basically that says that Yuli will be there. Several of the C-suite will be there. She doesn't know exactly who yet. But she got the invite, and she knows that other people got the invite too. And this is pitched to her and the rest of the C-suite as the pitch. It will run tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning.
What time?
And 7 a.m. And this will be the plan for the merger between the Phrase Consortium and Ardent. actually lay out the integration of the two companies, and that this will essentially be a binding metaphysical act, so to speak. And she's really looking forward to it. This is not this is Yuli talking. Like, Yuli made it out like she's really looking forward to it. That Yuli will be there. Also, that Imogen will be there. And she doesn't know why Imogen's going. But she's just like, if there's anything I can do to funnel information to you, let me know, and I'll pay somebody to do. I'm willing to be bought, basically. Is what she says.
Okay.
Do you ever like to think of your family without feeling weirdly aroused ever again? That's the price. No, I don't actually text that. But
Oh my god! Wow.
that's what I'm prepping.
Can you send them a message
Mhm.
and ask them during the meeting to sit in the chair that's 3 to the left of the head of the table?
Okay. Okay, I send that message.
What did you ask?
I wanted them to sit in a specific chair. in
To
the
Nadira
meeting.
specifically?
Yeah, Nadira. Because
Okay.
my job is not just to mess with Cordelia, it's also to mess with Nadira.
Okay. I guess we go into the meeting. I disguise myself as Cordelia.
Yeah, I mean, guess we'll go up to the club. Like, I'm not like we're not tired.
Yeah, it's like it's
It is the
we
middle
had
of the
like
night.
a full night.
it's not like 11 p.m. or midnight. So, what do you guys want to do?
I guess we'll go down to the lighthouse.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm a drug dealer still, so I guess I go to the lighthouse and
Okay.
I mean, if we're not skipping to
We'll do some
morning.
downtime. Yeah, we'll do some downtime of you guys selling drugs.
Okay.
And partying, yeah. So what?
Yeah, I guess I will. And this works out because she's near the lighthouse. I want to check in on Fuse and try to see if Day has been back. Because it's only been like a day since the last time I checked on them.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I will knock on the door.
Oh, you're just straight up. Okay.
Yeah, they're not exactly hard to get into,
I mean, you're going to that's pretty far from your house.
but it's near the lighthouse. Ish.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. I get it now. Sorry. Yes. So yeah, you go over to the lighthouse. Yeah, it's really close to the lighthouse. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Make a presence check.
16 with fear.
16 with fear. Okay, just put it back. So I just spent a fear. And Vey opens the door.
Great.
Yeah.
Thought you had abandoned these guys.
Maybe I did. What the hell do you care?
I'm just curious, just doing the neighborly thing. I heard that all your stuff got stolen.
Yeah, it was really weird. I have you on video, Sam.
Yeah. Well, I didn't sneak in. I just went in and took the stuff. I'm gonna do it again the next time.
That's what I did with your girlfriend.
All right then.
Slams the door in your face. You hear from the other side of the door. Have a good night.
I hate you.
Mutual, I share you.
And I guess I'll go in and check on my AO3 people.
Okay. You walk into your AO3 room. It has been eviscerated.
Guys, we have to be better than Dingus Squad across the road.
We weren't here. We were busy at the lighthouse and they just came in, I guess. I don't know.
We need to make sure that someone's always here.
I guess you have to hire somebody for that.
No, I have enough of you that as long as at least one of you stays here.
But I like to go dancing.
I'm not saying you can't go dancing. I'm just saying you can't all go dancing at the same time.
I only like dancing with all of my friends, all of them at the same time.
But if I hire someone, you're going to make friends with them and then want to dance.
Wow. I do want more friends. Can you hire some people?
Oh my God. I swear to God, I will send you over to Fuse.
That is
We
Sam.
all left
Sam.
Fuse.
Don't test me. Just do not test me.
You have a short fuse? Ha ha. Ha ha.
Get out.
Oh, they grab a bindle and walk out the door. Damn it. Walk immediately next door to Fuse.
Let me figure out who that is.
Whoever that is, it is to you what you are to Cordelia.
I'm going to say that was Snowball Zinko, the female Qatari.
Okay, yeah. Is she like a white Qatari with tiger stripes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just standing outside knocking on the door at Fuse. Sam, kick me out. Can I come back? Thank you. Door opens. She goes in.
Come on, guys. What are we doing here?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Trying to not get robbed?
I feel like we should have a bigger goal than not getting robbed.
Well, so did I, but apparently we need to start at the basics.
Okay, well,
Our goal is to infiltrate Ardent, remember?
yeah.
But also, I put this together like 16 hours ago.
I know. And you know what? I'm 16 years old.
There's a real joy in watching Parker try to deal with.
Bronze, get over here. It's a rivet.
Wet foot slapping sounds.
I mean, what's going on?
I don't know, man.
Like, do I need to hire you a babysitter?
I mean, if you want, I don't know. Just give us a computer or something.
I gave you all the ones from Fuse.
They all got stolen. We need a new computer.
I'll steal you back some computers.
Don't get it from Fuse. Their computers are shitty.
Yeah, but they also have our computers now.
Oh, shit. Those were yours?
They were in here.
Yeah, I just thought you stole them all.
No, they were the shitty ones I stole from Fuse. The non-shitty ones I didn't.
They were all shitty, man.
Better computers.
Okay.
But I swear,
I know
to
this
God,
guy.
You need to take care of
He
your
works
stuff.
for Athenia.
You need to take care of your things.
I mean, give us things that are worth taking care of, and I'll take care of
Promise?
it. Wet salute.
And lock the door, for God's sake.
Do you have, like, keys?
Yes.
Oh, that's what a key is?
And don't put it under the mat. They know to check.
I thought a key was a card.
Which one's Matt?
Some guy in the back. I'm Matt.
This was a mistake.
Yeah, you have like a Monty Python philosophy soccer team worth of like just people like walking in circles, like arguing with each other.
All right. I'm going to go get wasted.
Okay.
Up to 9 of you can come with me.
9 immediately volunteer.
Think.
They all volunteer. You pick 9.
Yeah, I think the one we're going to leave behind. Okay, so we'll Graz Tafiga, Tamsin, Shauna Bottom Hill, Mont Blanc, Heibel Burrows, Jod Hex, and Skishjin are going to come with me.
Tamsin is asleep.
Okay, we'll leave them, and we'll also leave the Clank Grim Signal.
So you guys, 8 of you set out to 9 total. Set out to Lighthouse, where you guys already are. You're selling drugs to people. You want to make rolls for it? What drugs do you want to do?
Well, I guess there's like a Yop Yop is having a moment.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll try to
It's
take
all over
advantage
Sparkle
of
right now.
that and sell it.
Okay.
So
How much Yop Yop do you have right now?
reach back onto my invisible moose. I would say a couple of cases, I guess.
What units does it come in? Do we write it down? I don't remember. I have to look.
It is an alcohol.
Oh, it's an alcohol.
But I think we decided it was like drams.
Right, yeah, that's what I remember. So you have like 4,000 drams of Yop Yop. An absolutely ludicrous number.
Funny, what does Yap Yap do?
It's the one where it's like the the ridiculous flavored liquor, like supposedly very juvenile. You drink it and like it lets you float a little.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the one that gives you like
that.
it gives you
Then
levitation.
immediately afterwards, you have to pee like crazy.
So, like, after you sell this to a bunch of people, the lines to the bathrooms are just like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Bland.
like,
that's where they do more drugs in the bathroom.
well, and then there's somebody who passed out in the bathroom, so
Yeah.
that like they can't use up.
They hit their head on the ceiling from too much yop yop. Boom. God damn it.
They're
DJ starts
peeing
playing
off
dancing on the ceiling.
off the wall into like the iron the
The Iron Wars?
yeah.
Yeah. Over the it's an outdoor bathroom.
yeah.
They're peeing over the wall. Man, the word drugs appears in so many of our transcripts. So many.
Are there any that it doesn't appear in?
Well, we are at 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. So I guess 1 and 11.
One doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, one. I have full transcript.
Okay.
Wow.
It's still going. 19. It's not in 19.
Yop, 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 YOP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go ahead and make a presence roll. We'll make this a presence roll. Presence roll for drugs, and however many greater than 11
Okay.
you roll, that's how many transactions you get for Yop Yop.
Breaking beige. Okay. Well, so that's a 16 with hope. So I'm full up on hope.
So that's 5.
Mhm.
So you have 5 large Yop Yop transactions for like you said it was 4,000 drams. So you have like I think you have let's say that you have 4 1,000 dram transactions. And then a 5th one where somebody wants you to buy more Yop Yop from them.
But I'm just gonna buy like a little bit to just
Well, I pass you one for
Are you drinking some Yop Yop too?
Mm-mm.
No, okay. Okay. Yeah. So you have transacted roll actually I'll roll this. That's a 3. You have per transaction 30 ICs of profit. So that's 4 transactions. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 120 ICs, and the cost for the Yop Yop that the person is trying to sell it to you for is 15 ICs or 1,000 drams. So how many do you want to buy?
I have my supplier. So
Oh, you're not going to buy any from this person? Okay. Okay, cool. Make a.
trying to sell to a drug dealer?
I think somebody's trying to bring you into their distribution chain.
No, thank you. I've
Okay.
got Katarina behind me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. I think it's like a little Dracona woman who's like she's kind of got like shaved fins on her head.
Mhm.
She's like trying to get into Katarina's good graces, you know. So,
like undercutting her.
she needs a Yop Yop supplier, right?
Well, this is a Vexen liquor. So
Yeah.
we're
This person doesn't know what she's talking about.
yeah. This is
This is like 100%. You immediately clock this person is
They're selling you Yip Yop.
yeah, basically. Yeah, Tim Tams.
my friend, go find some nice unsophisticated people who just want alcohol and will convince them that
I don't want to sell alcohol. That's what my parents do. They have a vineyard.
oh boy. You are Scaly Vines?
Oh, you've heard of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, listen, you have a nice setup. You stay in your lane, okay?
What was your presence roll? It was 16. Make another presence roll. Are you being kind to this
Yeah.
person? Okay.
Okay, so that is 19 with hope.
19 with hope.
I check out the bottle. Look, you go find some ridiculous teens. You sell them this, they won't know the difference.
She
I'm
deflates
essentially doing
like
the thing where it's
visibly in front of
like,
you.
go sell some teens oregano.
Yeah,
You know?
Yep. Fine.
What's
Come
your
on.
name?
Davicha.
The bitcha. Look,
Go sell to some orphans.
work with what
Everybody
you have.
here is an orphan.
Yeah, but some people are like real. Some people make it their whole personality.
That's weird. My very large family would be very confused if I did. Okay. Well, I tried. She like takes off her goth makeup stuff, and she's like,
Ah, you're out of the proper teenage development phase.
I'm
I give her the
27. I was just trying to look.
yeah, I give her the directions to Vescarre and Ann Taylor.
Fashion bug.
Like here, lots of appropriate clothing that will not make a scene.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
Taylor Vaya.
She becomes beige in front. She breaks beige right in front of you. Like,
You want to find a nice fiance, his name should be like Spencer or something. You have your you go on a
and
Sparkle
this is going to be
and you
an attack.
Instagram.
You are attacking her. This is now a presence roll with advantage, and you will be doing damage to her.
Okay, you go on Sparkle and you post pictures of your wedding with little tea lights around it and say how you are #blessed and do that engagement announcement with Spencer where you have your hand in his hand and you show off the size of your ring.
You don't even have to roll this. Just roll damage. Roll 1d12.
This is the life that you have and you just have to realize it.
Roll 1d12.
Okay.
You're going to be part
12.
of mom's group. You're going to be part of a group text with other moms.
That's how many stress she has to mark. Let me tell you, he doesn't have 12.
Does she die from this conversation?
I give her a little
I think she. You know that picture of like that old like 90s. I don't remember what it was. Like, this is what drugs do to you. It's just like a flat person on a couch. That she just turns into that. She just becomes like entirely flat.
What did you do to her?
I let her know how the world should work.
Oh, that's so cruel.
I know.
He like floats away on the breeze.
Go to your world of mid-range affluence. You do not belong here.
Lives over the wall in the bathroom into the iron ward.
I looked into the eyes of God yesterday. This is not for you.
Disappears into a magical minefield.
Okay. Have a nice one. The Vorna or whatever.
The vodka.
The vodka. Text Katerina a picture of her flying away.
You're flying. She does a response. You're flying kite.
Attach a thread to her and just sort of fly her from the top of my fungal den from now on. There we go.
Wow,
That is cold.
That's what we do to
that
people.
is deeply troubling. Okay, what are you doing at the lighthouse?
I never said I was going.
Oh, you didn't go.
Mm.
You stayed back. Okay.
I am staying at home and I'm going to pull an all-nighter trying to figure out what a merger is.
You just got all these dictionaries.
No, I go into Cordelia's room and I find 2 books on the bookshelf. One, Everything They Teach You in Vescarre Business School. The other, Everything They Don't Teach You in Vescarre. If I can read both of these books by 7 a.m., I will know what a merger is.
Okay. Here's how this is gonna work. You're gonna roll an instinct check and then a strength check for each of these books.
Okay.
And if your instinct passes, then I will let you use a strength roll to determine how much knowledge you get
Ooh,
out
okay.
of each book.
Okay. I don't know if I have any skills I can use for this. I'm not smart.
Are you eating that? Are you gonna try to eat the book? Don't
No,
eat the book.
I'm not gonna eat.
Or punch the book.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll help.
Okay. Wait.
I think I literally just have to try and read.
Oh my god.
I have. If I leave,
This is like you before the final exam, or you're like, I haven't studied all semester. Like,
Yeah. This is the nightmare.
if I leave Shibble some Bolt Adderall, can they have advantage on this?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I'll do that for sure.
Advantage on my instinct rolls?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
and then they're gonna crash right around 6 a.m.
Yeah. We'll have to come up with exhaustion rules. We had them before.
Okay.
Yeah. You may. Let's do this. Actually, here was.
Oh wait, no, I can give her give them Ghost Glass,
What is that?
which is that's the one that hackers use. It's kind of like calm, clear, but
can do
also
both.
a little dissociative.
You can do both. I think if
What was
you
the first one?
we'll do this by hours.
okay.
So
Okay.
so the
What was
the
it?
Adderall will be 4 hours per dose.
This is called bolt glassing.
Well, yes, yeah. Glass volting. So the Adderall will be 4 hours per dose. So starting at 11 p.m.,
Uh-huh.
4 hours, and then 4 hours,
Okay.
and then the Bolt glass will work for about, let's say, 6 hours. So you can, after the second dose of, was it Bolt?
Bolt.
No, it's just called Volt.
Yes.
Okay. After the second dose of Volt, you'll have to take twice as much for it to work for the third hour,
Okay.
and then twice as much again for the fourth hour.
Okay.
Super.
For the fourth hour block. So it'll be for the first 2 blocks is 1 dose works, and then from there 2 doses for 4 hours.
This is what someone who just came out of a coma should be doing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to start
Drama.
rolling.
Yep.
That is a 22
With
with hope.
oh wow,
Haha.
wow.
All right. So now
Make a strength
I
roll.
drink.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe said, wait, so how much Volt have I been taking?
A lot.
That's gonna be
Mrs. Hall has been feeding it to you.
16 on the strength.
16 on the strength. So this is the first book. I think what you get out of with a 16, you approach this book not as like you know enough about, I guess, books to know that you're not going to be able to read this all in one night, but what you can do is skim.
They go to the index and look
Yeah.
for M.
Well, I think what it is more you skim the chapter like headings, you get a sense of what each chapter is trying to tell you, and then you go to the back, and that's when you look up like mergers and acquisitions. And what you see is essentially a list of Vescarrian history. There's a very thorough, although not complete, history of Vescarre described in this textbook. This is the official story.
But it's just like all of the companies as they merge together and
Yes.
fewer and fewer companies.
So it almost reads like Beowulf, like blah blah blah, son of blah blah blah, and like it reads like that, but like
You know, they begat whatever. Like,
right. Like it's like Frenzer Ecology was like they used to be like they were all other companies except for the Fraists.
Mhm.
At some point. And over time, like they have because except no, Edgewise EngineWorks wasn't, and I don't think Athenion.
I think they're one of the old.
They are, and Athenion is one of the newer ones. But essentially, like you get almost like a biblical understanding of like the history of
Biblically accurate corporation.
like yeah, kind of like you get a so and so begat so and so begat so and so kind of like historical understanding that and what you come away with that from that is like an understanding that mergers and acquisitions are essentially power grabs where companies get married. I think that's kind of your takeaway on a 16.
Is Shibble gonna hold a what?
It's like a family history / like family tree kind of. And you're like, oh, okay, so this is like
He says
families.
corporate Sunday school.
Yeah, corporate Sunday school. Here we are.
It's like, okay, so Cordelia is like the bridesmaid in this situation.
Okay, so that's for everything they teach you in business school in Vescarre. Now, for everything they don't teach you in business school in Vescarre, give me another instinct roll.
Advantage on this for my drugs.
Yes,
Okay.
but you will not sleep, and the only way that you can avoid exhaustion tomorrow is to do double the amount of drugs
Okay.
for the same amount of time. So just a note.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, you could do this 4 hours as a short rest.
You know, it's funny. So I'm
Okay, so Shibble's been sleeping for like
I agree. No, I'm just saying.
3
I'm
weeks.
just saying.
they woke up at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
They're already
I can't do
exhausted.
it all
No,
night.
they're doing that bolt specifically, like when it
Yeah.
wears off. You have to take more.
So I'm prepping
you're
to run a
fresh.
Delta Green thing right now, and there's mechanics for like if you want to try to not sleep, and like here's the first dose of like this drug you take, and how it affects your rolls,
Right.
and continuing doses.
Yeah.
like it's actually mechanically built into
That's
it.
wonderful and so accurate.
That is a 20 with hope.
A 20 with hope. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, go ahead and make a strength roll.
Is this book like 1,000 times bigger?
Yeah, it's so much bigger. Literally, like
Literally everything except what they teach you in business.
it's like
And
a full
that's a
20 volume encyclopedia
22.
set, and this one's one book.
22.
22
Someone
with
took the encyclopedia and
Hope.
took out the business section, and
okay, a 22 with hope.
Finally rolling good today.
Shibble, you fucking lock in. You lock in. Here's what they don't teach you at business school in
you
Vescarre.
get like a whole MBA in one night.
We're not going to go that quite that far. But I'll say this. I mean, if it were a crit, maybe, but like, it's not. So instead, I think you get very specialized knowledge of a history of mergers and acquisitions that is essentially elided. Like elision, like it's glossed over, smoothed over, and made simpler and less detailed by the histories. I think what you essentially do is dig into like other corporations. Like you see Jenny, a reference to Jenny. You see the Fraists actually aren't a monolith, and they like owned all kinds of subsidiaries. And they essentially like stole the entire Navy, which consisted of like a bunch of other companies back during the Revolution. So like you understand a piratic interpretation of mergers and acquisitions as like merger and acquisition is a kind of combat in which there's a surprise element to winning all the gold, so to speak, like all the goods, all the services, all the everything. And you're like, oh, I know how to like swoop in on a rope, like without being seen.
I mean, to be fair, that's what Yuli does.
Yep, quite literally. Yes, quite literally, she swoops in on ropes. Like that's normal for her. And you're like, actually, I see. She makes a lot of sense in this context. I think
I'm just picturing the faces of the other executives when Shibble comes in tomorrow and makes like really knowledgeable comments, and they're just like, "What the hell is going on?"
I think yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what you come away with. So you guys come back.
I would like to do one more
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
if I can.
Yeah, by all means.
Max
Yeah.
has been essentially
Mm,
drafted into
the ardent.
Ardent.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to see if I can
Happens.
find him and talk to him about something that's get some idea of what's going to happen tomorrow.
you're gonna email Max.
Possibly, or like try to sense him, try to get him.
I mean, your die doesn't work.
I'm going to try to get in contact with him.
How are you gonna do that? Do you think?
Is he I have Cordelia's phone.
Yeah.
Is he in the directory?
It's not in her. He seems to be essentially blacklisted. Yeah. I mean, the last time you saw him, he shot himself in the head, but he wasn't exactly giving confident. He was essentially telling you that like, he was like at the absolute mercy of Arden.
Still, I'd like to make some kind of contact with him. Can I go through the Vex networks?
Do you think Nadezhda would consider contacting Imogen?
I don't think she would.
Okay.
Not going through.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way that I can facilitate the communication.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Let's see.
aside from that, I'm not sure.
Well, I've got Katerina texting Katerina, just continuing insults with what that lady's life is going to be like. And then she's going to go into the back room of one of those mommy and me play spaces and cry.
And she's going to think that because she has a mommy block, her life has meaning.
And put eye drops in
Wait,
her
who
eyes.
you missed?
Katerina.
Oh, okay.
But about the Dracona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I try and go through Katerina and see if she might have a
Ooh,
line to it?
yes, you can do that.
Oh, by the way,
Make an instinct roll.
okay, I have tapped in.
Yeah, use tapped in for sure.
It's +5. So it is with hope.
Okay.
It is a 1 and a 2.
Oh my gosh, that's the
which-
worst possible roll.
With hope.
with hope. So it's
So it's technically the second worst.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think
This one wasn't meant to be, I guess.
I think you just sort of put out a message to Katerina and she doesn't respond.
I just thought we were having fun. And also,
I think she might respond with like, sorry, darling, I'm just very busy right now.
all right. And also she will
Welcome to my world.
put a lot of like vague posts on
Sparkle.
about how you can't trust people and how everything has gotten better now that she's gotten rid of the toxic people in her life. Like every about 3 months.
Are you doing this? Or are you? I'm confused.
I'm talking about the
Dracona.
Yeah, we need to talk because I'm starting to get concerned.
Okay, make
she
a
will be
presence
very
check.
much into pottery. Anyway,
What is the goal here?
this is just a bit.
Okay, yeah. Make a presence check.
Crit.
Ooh.
Fantastic! What a fantastic
What a
crit
time to
moment.
grit.
Okay. You
I only crit when I'm being mean to people for very petty reasons, apparently. But I'm
You-
trying to help someone.
break in to this person's Sparkle account.
Oh, okay.
And you can now directly post as them. What do you want to look for?
Who's in her DMs?
A bunch of people you don't really know. Nobody interesting or special. No names you recognize. Yeah, but you see that she's from like her family is exactly who they said, who's like you guys pointed out, and
If you
they're
look
kind
at
of
her
well known.
DMs, do you find anyone that's like a person that she broke up with and then got back together, like an on and off again thing?
I think that probably happened, but it's like even that person's just kind of milquetoast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Heard there was a big merger between the Fraists and Ardent tomorrow. Like, watch this space for more
Why do you
updates.
hate this person so much?
Okay, so if
And then
you
I take a
recall,
picture of
okay, I'll say
find
this:
another fungal nude. I take a picture of that and put it in.
you guys previously found Nadira's leak account
Mhm.
on Sparkle.
I mean, once you did the second thing, you're really just signing it in the dashboard.
Make a
Okay.
presence check with that roll.
This crit.
No, this is not. This is a value for me. This is not a success or failure. In fact, this will be a reaction roll specifically.
Okay, presence plus. So, presence. So that is a 14.
Okay, so that means that you get 140 immediate re-blogs or whatever, re-sparks,
Mm-hmm.
sparkers, and
Twinkles.
twinkles, yeah. And like at the end of that, like it's almost instantaneous, and you see one of the last ones to do it is Nadira's account, her leak account.
I
And
DM Nadira.
Okay. Yeah, she's like,
Hey, Girly Pop. Heard that there's going to be major doings tomorrow. How are you doing?
Nadira's like, do you have any documents? I have documents. Do you wanna collab?
Absolutely.
She starts sending you documents about tomorrow's meeting.
Okay. Awesome. What do they say?
They say Imogen is there to prove that she is that one of the two of them is the actual real priest. And that they're gonna have to determine it by some test and like
Well,
they're
this
not
is bad
sure
news
yet.
for us because one of them literally isn't the real priest.
Yeah.
So what they're planning is essentially that test that Cordelia did.
Well, no, they're planning to put Cordelia against Imogen. To be the real priest, like the real priest heir. They essentially don't believe the priest like mythology.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't necessarily believe Imogen.
Mm-hmm.
But they do see they mention that Imogen has divine sight now. She sees what is true. And they also they mention SHIBBLE's inability to like how did I put it? One sec. Stop searching for drugs. SHIBBLE's inability to have an ulterior motive. And also inability to perceive ulterior motives. And they're going to use these as like litmus tests
Of what?
of legitimacy of the claim of the priest heir.
Yeah, our priest is fully legitimate. Definitely really a priest.
Libby says, would a real priest be willingly choose to be acquired by another company? I don't think so.
But a real priest would betray the rest of the priests in order to get
A
the
real
money.
priest would definitely betray the rest of the priests. Bring my unconscious body and they'll throw a wrench in things. That'll throw a wrench in things.
So, just so I understand, tomorrow they're going to essentially do a priest off.
They're good. This is a sort of a ruse to determine who the real priest heir is, to determine like the pitch is real. It's a real pitch to the real board. But like there's a secondary goal of determining like who the real priest heir is. Yuli doesn't believe priest lore or priest mythology. So she's determining her own goal based on her own tools, and that's manipulation and the fact that Imogen is the Eidolon and has
Okay.
this sort of divine sight. She's relying on SHIBBLE's what she calls like simplicity, sorry. And like as like a foil to the phrase like
Guile.
yeah.
Okay. And
Like this is directly from emails that Nadira has received from Yuli.
okay. And the fact that only Cordelia can see the stuff that has been stamped with the phrase stamp, not good enough for Yuli, I guess.
So she wants some demonstration of this, and also she wants to be able to essentially control the murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do two things before we do this meeting.
Okay.
First, I just want to check on Azure.
Oh, good point. I think so I think Azure is Azure's still unconscious, right? But you see that he looks way better. Like she seems to be like actually just sleeping now.
I'll put like a blanket over her.
She's in the yard, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's in the backyard.
And the second thing I want to do, I want to get there like an hour before this meeting starts.
Okay.
I want to, first thing I want to do is try to hack into the fire system so that I can set off the fire alarm if on demand.
Oh, okay. Give me a finesse roll.
Uh, 18 with fear.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. That succeeds. I think you don't know what the complication is yet.
And then the second thing, I want to go to the chair that I told Nadira to sit in and put a fart machine underneath it.
Okay. You're putting a fart machine where?
Under the chair that that I told Nadira to sit in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll say that your same role applies here. So you do that. Yeah. Do you put a fart? What is a fart machine?
It's basically like a thing where I can press a button and it'll make a fart noise out of a speaker.
Okay, so it's essentially a speaker. Got it.
Yeah.
I was like, a dog? Okay, cool. What about you guys? Where are you before the meeting? Where are you staging?
I think before the meeting, I asked Nadezhda to help me look presentable in a business-like manner.
Okay.
You're the blazer expert, and this seems like a blazer type of meeting.
SHIBBLE is still shining like the sun, right?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Oh.
You have dimmed.
Oh.
I forgot to mention this. I'm
Are
so
you still
sorry.
inverted?
You're not inverted.
Am I back to normal?
Regular shoe.
No, yeah, a little bit, but you're actually like dimmed down. You literally look like you're like a little bit in shadow.
Does it feel different?
Not essentially, no.
Okay.
It seems to have been like a result of wherever you were.
I mean, if it makes SHIBBLE less god it's probably for the best.
You still have a halo,
Okay.
but the sort of inverted color scheme is gone. The glow is gone. But you still have a bit of a halo
Okay.
in between your horns. Also, the same is true of what's her name? Shit. Azure.
Imogen?
Azure.
Oh.
She literally looks like desaturated is maybe a better word for it.
But not the halo.
Not the halo. Just like it looks like wherever you guys were, it affected you both in some way.
Okay. All right. I go up to you. I put you in like power heels
Okay.
like red on the bottom, power heels,
Oh my god.
and one of those like sweater dresses that kind of hugs you.
Okay.
And then I get a dark leather. I don't think you're the beige type. So I go all out and it's like a charcoal gray
Okay.
with a sweater dress with a dark, like almost black, but dark green, like leather blazer tailored a
Okay.
little bit so it goes around your waist and hugs the shoulders.
Okay.
And Rager Mentacles.
They are invisible, but I appreciate it.
I'm a sorceress. I can see them.
I think you see that your
Full Dutch braid.
your mentacles are kind of doing what your sort of inverted color scheme was previously doing.
I imagine there's like a montage where like you'll go look for Shibble and then Moose will go, and then you go to it, and then finally it's like,
Yeah. But they're all the same. They're all invisible. They're all invisible. That's the funny part.
And polish up your nails.
Oh yes.
Polish the hooves. I don't know how I got you into high heels and hooves, but I did.
High hooves.
And I take incredibly. I leave the hammerhead helmet,
Mhm.
but I take incredibly expensive, like gold aviator sunglasses, and like put them off, hang them on the neckline,
or
of
hanging off the halo.
hang them off the neckline of the sweater dress,
Okay. Okay.
and give you a crossbody bag.
Okay.
We really need
Dang.
somebody who can do fan art.
We do.
And also a smoky eye.
Okay, make a finesse check.
Can't it just be amazing?
No, it can be. I just want to know how the smoky eye comes out.
21.
21 with hope or fear.
Fear.
I think on a 21 with fear, you're like, I'm good at this. Like, this looks incredible.
I could have style if I wanted to,
Yeah. Oh, shit.
but I don't want to. And then I take
For the
the
stylist guild.
strap off the crossbody bag and just loop it around your forearm so you can use it as a weapon, and then you carry the actual bag as a briefcase. That's just better.
Okay.
I think I'm dressed in my sharkskin suit and I have a tie with sharks on it.
Do you have a shark head on?
Yes.
Yep. Go Team Shark. Yeah. Okay. So that's how we prepare for this meeting.
Okay, wait, I do have a question. Are we pro this merger or not this merger? Do we want this?
I mean, you understand mergers better than any of us.
Yeah, but
now.
I don't understand what Cordelia wants.
But Cordelia doesn't understand what Cordelia wants.
I mean, I think that the general vibe has been, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Libby, but the general vibe has been like working toward the goals that Ardent has laid out is the sort of way that things are moving forward right now.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there almost isn't a phrase.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah.
So,
There,
like,
essentially,
who
yeah.
cares? Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I was just leaning towards the idea that perhaps for our safety, it's best to do what Uli Monks wants.
Okay.
And that means move forward with the merger.
Okay. And one final thing. I take a power nap.
She says
Just
merger
kidding,
bad.
Libby says merger bad.
Merger bad.
Merger bad.
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Merger
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. I take a
Mhm.
power nap.
I take my drugs to stay awake.
I go into Ozzy's treehouse, leave a note saying, "Tell Tamsin to ruin this merger. Meet him tomorrow," and leave it. And dream treehouse, and then
Oh. There's a thing that I forgot to mention in the documents.
Oh.
The documents list Tamsin as like basically taken out. They don't know she's awake.
yeah, but she could probably help me. So
No, she absolutely can.
yeah.
But
so,
also, she's another priest.
Yeah.
They don't know that she's like a loose end.
a
Essentially.
loose phrase.
Yeah.
And I'll bring Azure in and put her on the couch before we leave.
And I guess
Okay.
giving Tamsin my Nadezhda's number in that treehouse so she can be in contact with me as we go to the meeting. There we go.
Okay. You will be rolling without disadvantage
Without
from
disadvantage.
staying awake all night.
Okay.
Essentially, my in the immediate without having a specific rule was going to be if you stay up all night you have to roll with disadvantage. But if you do the drugs, you can stay awake and
The
be.
important thing is that we have good messages on it.
And also hours. I will be ticking the hours, and you do have to account for all the hours. So there will be a point where your meds wear off.
Okay.
So yeah, it will be at. It was 11 to 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The meeting's at 7. So at 7, your meds will wear off. So you have to start take more. That's where you take double.
Well,
So
hopefully
it's
that
8,
would be
9, 10,
enough to
11.
last.
The meeting.
Because it's like right at the start. So these are the best possible chance of actually lasting through the meeting.
How much of this drug do you think you have?
The
Before you go into
bulk,
your own like supply and start like taking money away from yourself.
I'm willing to take money away from myself. for
Okay.
that.
Okay. If the drugs wear off and you're not with Nadezhda, you will start rolling at double disadvantage immediately because that's how many your disadvantage die is equal to the number of drugs you have to take to stay awake and like present. So actually, the third one will be 3 disadvantage.
Or like putting the pills into an energy drink and shaking it up.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do anything you want with an unlimited supply of volt. That is true
So are we
Until your
going to
heart
the meeting?
explodes.
until your heart explodes.
Is it meeting time?
Yeah, I think it is meeting time. So what is the plan? Inform me of the plan. What's your plan right now?
I don't think we have a plan.
So,
really.
no, you were gonna be Cordelia.
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
going to be Cordelia.
okay. So that's the plan. You
Yeah.
are representing Cordelia as Cordelia. You're
And
not
I'm
walking in with
gonna
her dead body.
talk business.
My objectives are to make Nadira look ridiculous, and then also if we get into trouble, then I have the fire alarm option.
Libby says you can dip into my supply. I bought a ton. It's in my office.
I feel like there's just a
Thanks,
vending
boss.
machine of Volt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, if Tamsin has called me
Volt's pillow.
back, essentially just click record on my phone and let her listen in on the meeting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think she does call back. That was just straight luck check. She out of 15, she does call. So you did you tell her a specific time to call it?
Yeah.
So I think it's before the meeting, and you set it up so that your phone is now on and running during the meeting.
And I've got Cordelia's World's Okayest Boss mug with me, which has recording equipment in it, so it will also record this meeting.
Okay. I want to know what it sounds like to record from a mug.
Very echoey.
I imagine it's awful. Yeah. And then just like
So, gentlemen, I think we should get started now.
It was not my best idea.
a burp. Like okay, so you arrive early by an hour. You said 6.
Mhm.
So you go in at 6. The two of you go in at 7. Or you arrive. You're there by 7.
Mhm.
So you arrive a little before 7. As you arrive, you see
Spent a hope to be
Nadira
Cordelia.
looks at you guys and is like, "Oh, good. You're awake. You look different."
So that you like the shoes?
Sure. All right. Well,
Trying to be Cordelia. Hi.
Are you okay?
Sure. I'm great.
Okay.
Cordelia has a cold.
Well, I don't actually care that much, so I'm gonna go.
Okay. I
Okay.
want to be friends if we can be.
Yeah, sure. Just sell
And
me
her
on
eyes behind her back.
sell me on your job.
you should make some lunch dates for Cordelia. You.
I'm not going to do that. I'm simply no.
Sorry, it's my job.
Okay,
I understand.
guys, I hate to do this. Given the time, I don't think that we can actually do the actual.
I like how many times the cliffhanger for this show has been dramatic business meeting.
I just saw the time. I was like, oh crap, I have to do it in 20 minutes. I don't think I can do it in 20 minutes. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait till next week. So, we're gonna call it there. It's a little early, but I normally wait another 20 minutes or so. But I think instead of rushing the meeting, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, let's walk into the meeting and we can leave off
Okay.
in the meeting. I think that's a better way to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we arrive. We are in the meeting room on the 103rd floor. This is a corporate executive meeting room. And you you have been to this floor.
We're 3 floors above the submarine floor.
You are 3 floors above the submarine floor. The submarine floor is essentially like an airplane hangar. And so this floor is like divided into, or this area of the floor is divided into like just 2 executive board rooms, where there are entire like liveries of people that like serve the executives, and they just sort of come in and go. This was essentially the room that a rebuilt version of the room of the first time that Cordelia went into a boardroom. This is like what the room would have been like if it hadn't been destroyed. The table is set for a bunch of people to sit there, a bunch of executives to sit there. There is room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. And then on the opposite side, there is a seat for 2. There's not a seat for you.
Are there any empty seats?
There are empty chairs stacked in the corner. So if you want to put a chair somewhere, you can.
Yeah.
But the table isn't set for that.
Yeah, I mean, I especially because I'm there early.
Are you going to sit? Which side are you going to sit on? Because the side with 2 seats is for them.
And then the
Or-
rest of it, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, just somewhere in the middle.
On the side with 2 or the side with 6?
The side with 6.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to sit.
I just assume there's people around a table, I guess.
It's a like a U-shaped table.
Oh, okay.
And or like boomerang shaped, actually is a better way to put it. And the 6 are on the inside and you guys are on the outside.
Like, is there like nameplates or something?
Yes, there's name tags, not plates, but like there's
Is the Nadira one on the seat that I wanted it to be?
yes,
Okay, if it's not, I was going to switch it.
it is. It is the one you want it to be.
I'm going to go to one of the other ones and remove the name tag and write on a piece of paper Sam Serif and put it in the.
Which one?
What are my options
Here,
here?
there's Nicolette. There's Oberyn. There's Yuli. There's Metros. There's Eldon. There's Nadira.
I'm going to say Nicolette.
Interesting.
Because I don't think they're going to be at this meeting.
It's an interesting thing to say. You're right. Nicolette is not appearing today at the meeting. Nicolette famously doesn't really go to the meetings.
Also, Nicolette just got reborn.
So that's fair. I think you become aware of this. Or not, so you were made aware of this, so that's a good place to jump in. Do remind me if everybody did everybody learn that Nicolette is Nico? Do you know this?
I know.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think.
okay.
I mean, we would have
I think-
told Shibble, but Shibble would have been the only person who wasn't there when that got revealed.
I just want to make sure that we have a sense of that.
Because
the
yeah,
stakes.
when Nico walked into the house in the dream, that was when it was revealed, and so everybody but Shibble was there.
Yeah, I mean, you take the seat. Nicolette's seat is like the far left wing of the boomerang shape, and Nicolette doesn't appear, so you get that seat. But you are also not near Yuli. And you guys have seats on the opposite side, the long side.
Okay. So we're waiting for the meeting to start.
Mhm.
I guess I get out the drug dealer I destroyed, the wannabe drug dealer I destroyed.
Liveried servants are bringing in like caviar.
And I noticed that there's no like place set for Imogen.
There is no place set for Imogen. That's correct.
And DM Nadira from the other drug dealer's phone,
Devotchka?
Devotchka. Do you know who Nicolette is? Just found out.
I
OMG.
understand. I think. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So. Oh, that's interesting too.
Also interesting. Behind the screen there.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I think Nicolette. I'm sorry. Nadira is gonna say, yeah, Nadira. I'm sorry. Nicolette is Nicolette. What do you mean?
Nicolette is Nicoletaire. Heck. Just thought you should know, girly.
So funny. Okay, you turn the
Sisters
phone
looking
off.
out for each other. Hashtag solidarity.
Yeah.
Hashtag women believe women.
Yeah. Hashtag boss bitch. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl boss.
Girl boss. Yeah. Okay. Do you turn the phone
Gaslight,
off after that?
gatekeep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Emoji of the arm flexing.
Yeah.
Do you turn the phone off after that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. You don't see any response because your phone is off, or the phone is off.
Very bad idea to not give Nadezhda a stake in the existing power structure.
I think you found your
And
stake.
also, an extremely smart idea to give Sam a stake by giving him an assignment of who to annoy.
Yeah. Everybody sort of filters in slowly as the servants are, as I said, serving caviar, walking around with little dishes of caviar, you bending over to these
Thank
guys
you.
have some. Do you take caviar?
Yes.
Shibble? Yes. Do you take some? The last person to come in is Yuli. Who walks in a very normal way.
Disconcerting. I was half expecting Yuli to be like, oh, they painted themselves the same color as the wall and they've been here the whole time.
No, she just walks in and she's wearing like a gray pantsuit, charcoal gray pantsuit with like a drab like blouse. And she sits down. She looks like she hasn't slept.
As soon as it looks like she's about to say something, I activate the fart machine.
Are you serious? Under Nadira's seat?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. She doesn't actually talk at first. She remains like weirdly silent. And then Imogen comes in. Imogen's eyes are glowing like a not so soft, like yellow white light. The presence of divinity within her is very obvious in this moment. Make an instinct roll.
23 with fear.
Interesting. That's very interesting. On a 23 with fear, you feel a part of yourself harmonize, maybe, or attempt to harmonize with Image. She walks in. There's something shared here that's deep in your soul. And as that happens, I think you return to your inverted color scheme. And the halo between your horns glows brighter. In the presence of Imogen for this encounter, you can use your clairvoyance. The threshold will be the next action. So you can you can spend a hope to understand what's about to happen in the next like 5 seconds.
Ooh. Okay.
God, Emperor Shibble. Yeah. Okay. So everybody sees Shibble like Image. Oh, by the way,
The
Shibble.
shy Shibblewed.
Yeah, Shibble. Yeah. Also, Imogen is floating. She's not walking. She is floating in. Almost like the Phoenix.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Somebody's been hitting the hip, yeah.
The same way that your mentacles are visible, like as sort of like a shadow of light. There are wings on her back that are visible as like a shadow of light. And everybody witnesses Shiblu. Everybody witnesses you invert your color scheme, and I think make a presence. This is a reaction.
Presence. Get a +1 on presence. And that's a 15.
A 15. You have Yuli's attention. She's looking at you with normal disdain, but she looks tired until Imogen approaches, and then she looks revived. Looks like she's a little invigorated by the presence of Imogen. Okay, so Yuli stands up to open the meeting.
Fart noise.
Fart noise goes off. Make a presence check.
Pretty good. 21 with fear.
21 with fear. That's so good for me. Here's why. 1, it goes off. 2, as soon as it goes off, you get a text. It says, "I know that was you."
Is it from Yuli?
Nope.
Is it from Nadira?
I mean, do you have Nadira's number?
I don't know.
Do you think you have Nadira's number?
I'm just gonna say Nadira, question mark, son.
No response.
Press button.
And I think that's where we will call. Do you want to do something specific?
Doesn't Shibble have to spend a hope to understand what's going to happen in the
We'll
next
just
5
see
seconds?
what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you can do that.
Sure. Spend a hope to
Make an instant roll.
uncliffhang your cliffhanger.
No, it's okay.
Instinct?
We're going to get
Yeah,
a higher
instant
clip.
roll.
It's an 11.
With
Hope. So I get the hope back.
you get the sense that Yuli's about to talk.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's as far as it goes.
Uh-huh.
And that's where we'll end the session tonight. So, okay. We'll go into No But Humans.
What
Um,
So Nadesh is going to try to find out if you can counterspell an angel. That's going to be interesting.
I love that 90s TV show.
I
Counterspelling.
gotta tell you a funny story about meetings and chairs.
Oh no.
So when I worked at Amazon, we had a really big team that had like these team meetings, and there was never really enough room. So I walked into one, and the only people who weren't there yet were me and like the boss. And so everyone had taken all the chairs except for one that was like saved at the head of the like table for the boss. So I just moved that chair around to the back and sat there. And so the boss comes like, I guess there's no chair.
That's so funny. In a very similar way, Imogen is like hovering behind Yuli as we leave the scene. Oh, actually, make an instinct check for me right at the very end here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crit.
A
6.
crit?
A crit on 6. I had to
Imogen,
check it was not a.
you see Imogen scan you, read you like
Yeah.
a brochure at a bed and breakfast
Yeah.
for a local hike.
Yeah.
She is 100% aware of the fact that you are not who you say you are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're ended. Yeah. Okay, that's the clip there. Okay, cool. Great. Yeah. So feedback or thoughts or anything. What was it like to hear the commentary from Cordelia?
I was sad.
Oh,
That was really me.
It's a harsh truth, but it needed to be said.
I did enjoy your rendition of Margaritaville, though.
oh wow, yeah. Theoretically, would Imogen be able to see through Nadezhda's disguise?
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. On a delay, the little delay, yeah, for sure.
Do we think that Yuli knows who I am? Because I don't think she does.
I don't think Yuli. I mean, we have a good idea that Yuli thinks that you are at least 3 different people.
Yeah.
Like that has been established already. Whether or not she has figured out that that's one person is as of yet to be determined. But I don't think there's any good reason to think that she has tied you together.
I'm wearing a
So-
different tie today, so.
Any questions from chat while we're here? I don't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
what did you think of how these things went?
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody have any questions or anything?
I'm just playing out what I can do. I'm like, ooh, what can I do? All right.
I am feeling great. My goal for this meeting are just like you guys do your thing and make fart noises, and that is a position I'm comfortable being in.
I have 1 week to learn business terms.
You can write your own little business commonplace book. It's just a list of words.
Buzzwords.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Like buzzwords.
optimize deliverables.
Supply chain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Demand.
synergy.
Conglomerate.
Zizergy.
Synergy.
I'm gonna try and figure out a strategy. Should I cast Hush on Imogen? Should I cast Hush on the fart noise machine? Should I try
Don't you dare.
I
counterspell?
don't think you know there's a farting machine. I think you just think that she farted.
You could cast Hush on Nadira no matter what.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Should I try to just be like, ha, I've been Nadezhda for weeks. You never knew.
Been Nadezhda for weeks.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
so funny.
Ooh.
That's so funny. Libby says, I'm concerned about the meeting. My soul was already at stake. Now my financial empire that I just acquired is too. Question mark. I love that that's the heightened part is like also the things I own.
I mean,
I'll do my best to optimize your shareholder value.
Oh no.
I picture
They love
like,
that.
this exact scenario is what Cordelia is seeing and thinks it's just a nightmare. They're just like, oh, I'm having the worst nightmare where these idiots pretend to be me.
Just what's happening.
Like, if if Nadezhda has actually been Cordelia, like, can they prove she wasn't? Everything she signed has no value now.
That's somewhat true. She does have the staff.
Yeah, but I mean, you said Yulei does not believe in it.
It's not that it's
So-
that she doesn't believe the mythology. She like there's magical items just exist, right? Like she doesn't believe that there's like a reason for this other than like a spell. Which is, I mean, it's not even wrong.
And Nadezhda is a sorcerer.
Soul is not canonically worth very much.
So, I mean, if our goal is like confusion to Ardent,
I
being
mean,
like,
that's always my goal.
you can't actually prove that Cordelia was ever Cordelia.
I think that's interesting. I think that might work. No, I think that might work. I think that there are different readings of the law that might be more or less amenable to this being a problem. I think
but,
some
like,
readings would
if you
are not
just like
lawful.
prove that Cordelia was never
What are soul
Cordelia,
prints?
doesn't that just make Imogen the one who's in charge of all the prey stuff? Which, like, I don't think that helps us.
In terms of like, can I cause confusion?
Yeah.
What was your question?
I just asked, aren't there soul prints? But maybe
There are soul
Was-
prints.
maybe they're a different thing than what I was thinking.
No.
about.
They're exactly what they say
And
on the box.
specifically,
They're about
they
like
could
verifying identity.
identify whether someone is Cordelia in absolute terms because they have Cordelia soul print.
theoretically.
But they said they can't bring Cordelia back. So they don't entirely have her soul print, I think.
Possible. It is
You
possible.
said that before.
I did say that.
You-
You're not wrong that I said that, and I did say that. I just don't want to confirm or deny theorizing that is going on with like extra information. So
It'd be like, because Cordelia did not grant Yuli power to go into the lake house, can she maybe prove that it was just Nadezhda? So she could not have given, like, granted. I think a lot of possible chaos can be sown.
Libby just said, y'all are interpreting my motives pretty well right now. I don't want Arden to have praise powers, but I don't want to be perceived directly acting against them because I don't want to get in trouble. So I think that is I think there's an argument. This is exactly what Cordelia would do anyway.
There's an
is.
argument that if you pretend to be in favor of the merger, that might make it so that it's less likely to actually happen because they're like, we need to do the opposite of whatever Cordelia says.
There's also, I mean, we don't necessarily know that Imogen will say. Imogen knows that I'm not Cordelia.
But
Does
Imogen also
she-
knows that she's here to do a
Imogen-
race contest, and she has a huge advantage because she's the only race there.
Imogen, but it's like,
But she doesn't even need to burn you to win the race contest because you're not praised.
or we could argue to like kick the phrased contest down the line. I can just say Cordelia isn't here. She still needs to have a phrase contest. It just can't be now.
You're like, we're going to have to circle back on this.
Yeah.
Well, this is the pre-meeting for the meeting to determine that. So,
Yeah.
Should we just kill Imogen?
Also a possibility. I won't be able to because I have no
And
offense.
as soon as she showed up, I was like,
spell.
I wonder if those wings work. I wonder what would happen if she got pushed out the window.
She was floating.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
get
but
the
just because she's floating, a few feet off the ground
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that you can't push her out a window.
right. Sometimes you do a drug that lets you float, and then
Yeah,
you.
and it's not like she's flapping her wings.
No, she's not. She's not. That is true.
I'm full of hope and Slayer die.
Wow, that's true. I didn't think about that. I gave you as much fear as you gave me.
Yeah, and I can always set off the fire alarm if I need to. I can also, and maybe our tactic is to just waste so much time in this meeting that they can't come to any decisions, and then they have to do another one when Cordelia's back.
And at the end, I can just be like,
That would not be a bad idea. Yeah, filibustering wouldn't be a bad
Yeah.
idea.
full on Yoda. There is another phrase. Because there is.
That's
How much time is scheduled for this meeting?
The morning is cleared.
Woo,
It's
What,
only
4
7.
hours. Like,
Or 4 hours. Yeah, exactly.
I think we could waste 4 hours of their time and then force them down.
I think
We'll do the
to-
next
to
session in real time.
function fully in the merger, we need to do some team building exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to start out by a full and thorough reading of the minutes of the last meeting.
Yeah.
Can we go around the table and I need everyone to introduce themselves and share a fun fact?
Cordelia, in lieu of a fun fact, let me share a page from my journal. And Nadeshda takes out the picture she took of the journal. How could anyone say I'm not Cordelia if I have her journal?
That's true. That is true. Yeah. I like this. I sincerely like this idea.
It's the part I was born to play.
How much time can I waste pretending I have a PowerPoint and it just won't open?
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, so much.
Yeah.
Guys,
Honestly-
I can't connect to the projector. Hold on.
Carissa, your
Right,
team building
try
exercise
restarting
comment
it.
had me laugh in the silent plane. Very fun.
I think we need a different HDMI cable, guys.
Yeah,
My thumb drive is not formatted for this.
And I'll
Take
get
the
you a
stairs.
cable.
Oh, I use a Mac. My thumb drive is formatted for Mac. Like, you have to use a different.
You know, I think we should take this time to make sure we can standardize across the departments. And there we go. 2.5 hours gone.
What's our new company letterhead gonna look like?
I can answer that directly. It's not going to change. The phrase is just absorbing. I'm sorry, Ardent is just absorbing praise.
Aw.
Or it's not really. It's more like a subsidiarizing.
So, like,
Subsidiarizing?
this stuff, free stuff would still be branded phrase. It would just be the phrase to be a subsidiary.
Yeah. A wholly owned subsidiary.
Or I could just text Tamsin, I have 6 hope, which means we can blink out. Can you just crash a helicopter into the building?
I've definitely been in meetings where I was like, if I could get someone to crash a helicopter into this building, I would. Once you hit about hour 3, you're like, please crash a helicopter.
There's a submarine only 3 floors down, guys.
That's true.
We could get out of
That
here.
is true.
Yeah, go
Does-
find my brother who's in a water-filled cave in the middle of the earth or whatever.
Is that where he is for real?
Yeah.
He's below
His body is.
the, like,
Phrase and Ardent Company.
fungal village.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's below the fungal. It's interesting that you both ended up there, because you both did. Below, like, you're in what was the village called again?
Underfen.
Underfen. You're in the Underfen, and he's under the Underfen.
Wow.
So
I was just looking for a safe place that no one could get to. I'm a sorceress, so
seems to be sorcerer's way to approach socialization is to hide underground.
I suppose instead of
It's just dwarves.
No.
we delve too swiftly and too deep.
We didn't ask if we should.
And yes, I also see but the reaction to Nadira finding out that Nicolette is Nicoletaire is, I don't know. I got no stake in this.
That was such an interesting role. All right, guys.
Care to tell us why?
Because it was a nat 20. It was a nat 20 for her to know what you were talking about.
Ooh.
And the question I had to ask was, how would she, if she knew this, how would she discuss it? What would she do would she cover it up? Would she not cover it up? Would she care? Yeah. So.
It's such a stupid idea.
What?
Oh, I'm saving it. I'm saving it.
Okay. Write it down.
Stupider than I've been Nadeshda for a week.
Just going to use one of these to make the meeting go longer. Middle one.
They're using the mechanics against me.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do. We're playing.
Yes, that's I know. That's not the point.
By the way, can we level up before the next one?
No, no level up
Oh.
until everybody's here again.
Level up after the meeting?
Kind of, yeah,
there.
actually. For sure, but not necessarily because of the meeting.
If we survive, yeah.
No, the level up will happen when everybody's here. I want to do it in person.
All right.
So,
Wow.
all right. I was gonna do an unboxing of Hope and Fear because it was slated to arrive today, but it did not. So I maybe will do that like as a stream separately, but I don't know when it's actually going to show up. Aside from that, tomorrow.
if any of y'all are going to Gen Con,
Oh yeah, yeah.
man, I will be there Saturday.
And also tomorrow, we have Queens of the Nine streaming from here. So if you want to catch my team for Queens of the Nine, I'll be on tomorrow. Marcus is running that, and
Written some minis for
nice.
Nice.
I play Biff Bourguignon, the Leather Daddy Minotaur. Artific's good. Dressed like the lead singer of Judas Priest.
And you're the only one who's
Love that.
maybe not dead?
I'm not the only one, but I am not dead. So I was born in hell. I'm kind of over it. All right. Yeah. So hang out tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out today. Libby, get to Scotland safely. And send us pictures. And yeah. Anybody else want to say anything?
Also, get back to America safely.
Oh, yeah, get
Yeah.
back to America safely too.
Come back here safely.
And we will see you guys next week. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.